Good evening and welcome to Big Z Sports presentation of high school football. Tonight, the Kime Company, DAC Vitamins and Minerals, the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency, and Right Mark Roofing presents the Carrollton Warriors hosting the Garfield Rams. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison, TMK Valley Propane, and Wood Electric. Now, let's head to the Hartzler Quality Housing Mobile Studio for the best coverage of high school football with Big Z Sports.
The Big Z Sports crew and Claxon Communications have descended and went eastward to Carroll County as we see the Carrollton Warriors playing host to the Garfield Rams live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Good evening, everyone. Nick McWilliams and Shannon Thomas will be your broadcast crew for tonight. Claxon Communications here bringing you the live action on our YouTube channel. Get subscribed today if you have not done so. Make sure you got those notifications on so you know when we go live. Shannon, this is an interesting clash that we got. The first time we're going to get to see the Carrollton Warriors this year, bringing in a team from up Akron way, of course. And this is a Carrollton team riding high, coming off of a gutty, hard-earned win last week.
Yeah, I mean, a big win last week for them. And, this Carrollton team has, for years, been known as one of the most physical teams in our area. And tonight, that physicality might come in handy because as we stand up here in the press box and look down, that Garfield team's got some nice size to it. And the Warriors might have to push them around a little bit.
Yeah, that was something you and I noticed as they were coming out of the locker room were the Rams, as they've got some nice height out there. Could be some matchup problems for Carrollton for sure, and that's something that head coach Storm Klein basically reiterated when we were talking with him in the pregame, saying, they have shown moments this year, this Garfield team, of some real explosiveness, so it's going to be an interesting test on that side of the ball, or either side of the ball, truthfully. Both of these teams coming in here with a lot at stake because this is the midway point of the season. This is where you want to start hitting your stride.
Yeah, because going into next week, you go into league play with most schools, and you kind of want to go in a kind of in an upbeat. You got to find out who you are tonight, and you don't want to drop a game. You don't want to make a bunch of mistakes, and tonight would be a night to turn that around.
Yeah, it certainly would be. And, what I'm thinking here for whenever it comes to the Warriors, again, this is something you'll hear we talked about with Coach Klein, but or Coach Hill. I don't know where I got Coach Klein from. But Coach Hill said that they've actually really done a much better job this year in terms of balancing out their offense. We expect Warrior football. We expect a little bit gritty, hard-nosed running, and you're going to get that tonight. But they're not afraid to air it out this year. They're averaging more pass yards than they are rush yards per game.
Well, and sometimes that's what you got to do. You come in thinking you're going to do one thing, and then all of a sudden you got to change it up. And when you change it up like that, it just tends to click. And sometimes the way these kids are these days, sometimes they get more excited to throw the ball than they do to run the ball. But they, like I said, it's been working for them, and everything they're doing is really starting to gel. Yeah,
it is, and then, that proof was in the pudding last week whenever it came to that big win that they picked up. What kind of change does that make for your team? This you had some rough going in the early parts of the season, then you pick up a win, especially when it's a come-from-behind game winner. What do you think that does for a team's confidence?
Oh, the morale goes through the roof. They came off the mat last week. They were down, looked like they were going to lose that game, and then all of a sudden here they come, and that's one of the games right there to where your coaches can't do that for you. As far as the leaders on this team, and a lot of times people say seniors are the leaders. Well, seniors are the leaders, but sometimes a junior's got to be a leader, or a sophomore. It just takes the right person to step up. And last week they kind of stepped up as a team, and that really boosted the morale in that locker room, and they probably had a really good week of practice because of it.
I'm sure they did, and I always love coming over here to do football games. It's a fantastic facility they have here for the football field, and just a fantastic facility from top to bottom all over the place in Warriors country, and I know they're rather proud of that, and for good reason. Always great coming to do some Carrollton football.
Yeah, and I was out there talking, and we come out here, and the fans and the staff, everybody here, so nice, and they're just downstairs talking to us about how they love that we were out here for all the basketball games we did last year, and then we picked up the softball and the baseball games, and we're slowly adding more football games to it, and they love that Big Z Sports came out this way because we don't do it for us, we do it for the kids, and we try to promote kids as best we can, and they said they love seeing all the awards our kids get on social media with their hats off awards and their player of the game stuff and that, and so they're excited for us to be here, and we're excited to be here.
We certainly are, and we're going to be bringing you that live play-by-play action coming up after your Wood Electric pregame show. Check out on the Big Z Sports Facebook page and other social media platforms for updates throughout the night from all of your favorite teams throughout Z Country, because we have you covered from top to bottom thanks to the hard work of our great stringers. Speaking of stringers, we've also got Zeb Troyer along with us today, bringing you those social media updates.
It's always nice to get Zeb to come along because there's just somebody you need to pick on, and since Adam's back at the station, we might be able to pick on Zeb a little bit tonight.
Yeah, he's down there and has no idea we're even talking about him. He's staring back up at the press box right now.
He can sense it.
He feels it. And speaking of the other games that are going on right now, we have you covered wall-to-wall on our other broadcasts going on as well. 3 YouTube live streams tonight, 4 total broadcasts being featured also on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel and at WJER.com. We've got another clash that's going on, one that's got a lot of eyes on. New Philadelphia's hitting the road as they go northwest, taking on Mansfield Senior. This could be a big game for the Quakers. They need to find a big win, but it's against a very, very tough opponent.
And that's just it. The records on those teams doesn't, really do them justice. It's some solid programs right there. And like I said, New Philadelphia, I still go back to that West Branch game that they lost. A very solid West Branch team. It's always in the running, for the state Final Four, and New Philadelphia took them to the ropes before they dropped that game. And they're a very good team, very young team, and they're going to have some bumps this year. But this is a game that I think they need to go out and pick up tonight and to try to get things turned around. You
could really open up some eyes, too, out of that OCC if you're able to pick up this win tonight. Also on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel and at 99.9 WTUZ, this is a fun IVC clash for sure. They go to Lee Stadium as the Newcomerstown Trojans host the Claymont Mustangs. This has big implications for both sides of the IVC and the early goings of this season, when they end the first half of the season, I should say. And this is a much-improved Claymont team. This is a Newcomerstown team that, again, has vastly improved of the past I don't know how many seasons. This could be a big-time clash tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, that's just a 20-minute drive straight down 36, and we've got to see Claymont play this year, and we know how tough that defensive line is for Claymont and how good they are, and we know what Newcomerstown likes to do. They like to run the ball, so that's going to be a very interesting game down there at Lee Stadium. And and I told somebody earlier that might be, if you're looking for pound, that might be the best game in the area tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just on paper, looking at it from the outside, looking in, we'll wait and see. Joe and Robbie have your call, again, at 99.9 on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. And our final broadcast that we have going on here this evening, the Dover Crimson Tornadoes become the Road Warriors again as they go to Ashland to take on the Arrows, who we just saw kind of handle New Philadelphia. That's a very tough Ashland football team, and Dover is coming off of a tough loss, so they're going to need a big win here tonight.
Yeah, Dover's really got to find a way to right that ship. New coaching staff. The coaches have been around there for a long time, but some different philosophy and stuff. And, the kids are trying to figure some things out. The coaches are trying to figure some things out. But right now you need to figure it out, because after a couple of tough losses early in the season, you got to find a way to get that momentum back.
Yeah, no, the other broadcast, those are our broadcasts for tonight, but outside of that, the other games that we have covered, again, on social media, where thanks to the hard work of all of our stringers, you are going to be able to also see updates from the Strasburg Tigers, the undefeated Strasburg Tigers, playing host to the Sandy Valley Cardinals. Tigers are rolling right now, Shannon, and this is another game that they would love to establish some dominance in. Sandy Valley still looking for their first win of the year. They're going to have to show up and play some perfect football to top a Strasburg team that has just been clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, a bunch of young kids when they started playing ball together, and now are juniors and seniors, and Coach Morris going back there and becoming the coach. This is his second tenure up there at Strasburg, and I don't know what he's done up there, man, but
it's working, whatever it is.
He's really got those kids buying into his program. They believe in themselves, and they've showed this year they don't want to lose, and they've played some outstanding football.
Other updates that we will have: the Indian Valley Braves travel south to go to Lore City to take on the Buckeye Trail Warriors. It's going to be interesting to see what Indian Valley has coming into this week, because, remember, they had the idle week last week due to losing that opponent from West Virginia, I do believe. So they've only had 3 games this year, and they spent a week off. We know they were practicing and such, but it'll be interesting to see, playing away from home, what they're able to bring.
Yeah, and Buckeye Trail, they're struggling a little bit this year. They lost their best player in the preseason to a leg injury, and he's done for the year, which was their quarterback. But, you don't underestimate anybody, because when you underestimate somebody, that's when you get punched in the mouth, or that's when an injury could happen. go in, play some solid football, and get in there and get out of there.
Elsewhere, the Garraway Pirates are on the road. They take on Girard, a battle of 2 4-0 teams. The Pirates so far this year perfect, and you know they would love to end the year at a perfect 10-0. This is their toughest test to date, though.
Yeah, this will be their toughest test to date before they go into the IVC, where they'll have to eventually face Garraway and Ridgewood, or Indian Valley and Ridgewood, and it's kind of a tough situation for them because a couple of their opponents, you know, they had to play that team from West Virginia and didn't even get a whole half in before, you know, that team decided that they had enough. And it just the Pirates, they got a tough one tonight, and Coach Wallach and his staff, they'll have their team ready.
Another battle out of the IVC with undefeateds as the Ridgewood Generals host the East Canton Hornets. That's live from West Lafayette. And, of course, we'll have those updates on our social media. And I got to say, for the Generals, you know, 4-0 coming into this, I don't know if anyone necessarily expected Ridgewood to go 4-0, but whenever it's a John Slesser-led team, you know we're going to have to bet on Coach Slesser and company, and especially how those Generals have played over the last few years. This will establish a lot of things. I think we're going to learn a lot tonight about both East Canton and Ridgewood. Yeah,
and with the Ridgewood team, I used to always joke around with the Indian Valley kids when I was the stringer on their sideline every year. I'd always tell those kids, listen, when you're playing John Slesser, you're already down 7-0 because
you just don't know it yet.
Because Coach Slesser is good for 7 points by himself. So, you know, but you know they went in. They had a lot of kids they had to replace, a lot of spots, and they did a nice job getting that team ready to go. And with East Canton, this has got to be one of their best starts in years. And so you know everybody up there at East Canton's very excited.
We were talking about going eastward for today's presentation on our YouTube channel. How about where the Conotton Valley Rockets found themselves? Brownsville, PA, as they have traveled all the way across state lines to take on, for this showdown, had to find a Week 5 opponent, and they ultimately settled on Brownsville. So long bus ride, that sometimes is a difficult thing to deal with.
Yeah, and that Brownsville team, they're a decent team. I did some research on them. You know, I don't think they have a win this year.
They do not.
They're 0-3. But you got to look like they played St. Clairsville in Week 2. We know how good St. Clair's was. That's a Division IV team in the state of Ohio. But that's a very, very solid team in Conotton Valley. Now they got to throw a long bus trip on it, and it's not going to be straight down 77.
Not even close.
They're going through the hills and stuff. So
I think Roger said on the Big Z Sports Show, I think it's just east of Washington, PA, if you've been around that territory.
So, I mean, they got them a little bit of a drive yet, so it'll depend on how they get off that bus, and sometimes a bus trip can determine how the game starts.
A big one for the Fairless Falcons as they will travel to take on the Orrville Red Riders, 2 3-1 teams. Fairless, had a big win against Tusky Valley last week that we broadcast, but this is going to be a real tough test for them, and we know that the Falcons are going to be ready for the task. Tusky Valley, they hit the road and go to Malvern. The Hornets play host to them. Malvern at 2-2, Tusky Valley 1-3. TCC will be your home team as they take on Federal Hocking, both 1-3. And Harrison Central rounds out our schedule slate as they will welcome in Akron North down there in Cadiz. So those are all the games that we have going on in Z Country tonight. All of the coverage available on our Facebook page and our social media platforms. And, of course, the broadcast that we mentioned earlier on. I'd say we got a little bit of football going on for Week 5.
Yeah, well, if you want the best, there's only one, and we got them all.
With that in mind, we'll step aside for our first break. When we come back, we'll break down the Akron-Garfield Rams a little bit more, give you some insights for their season thus far and what we expect in tonight's presentation of high school football on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
At Hartson's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Hartson's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans. First Federal Community Bank, serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Back into your Wood Electric pregame show, and we'll bring you some updates for these Akron Garfield Rams. The visiting team as the Carrollton Warriors play host to them live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Say a segment brought to you by Hubner Chevrolet, also for the coach interview when we talk with head coach Storm Hill coming up here in just a little while. Shannon, this is a Garfield team that started off the year on the right foot, a 21-18 victory over Southeast. It's been a little bit more tough sledding from there, as not having a week 2 opponent. Then they drop one to Copley 41-0, and then falling to CVCA 56-0. So this is a team right now you know is hungry to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they got to find a way to get some offense movement, because the last 2 games they haven't had much offense. But mind you, it was going against 2 very strong teams up in that area. But they're going to have to find a way tonight to get some offense going against the Carrollton defense. They can be stingy at times.
Yeah, it always it's kind of a hallmark of what we expect when it comes to Warriors football. Against CVCA, one of the biggest glaring issues, obviously not being able to put the ball in the end zone, was a bit of a problem, but there were 6 rushing touchdowns scored by CVCA. So I would imagine Carrollton definitely saw that film and definitely had that in mind whenever it comes to pounding it in at the goal line.
Well, and like we said earlier, that's one thing. Carrollton's always been a very physical football team, so they're going to look to win the trenches, and Garfield's going to have to find a way on that defensive line to stop the Carrollton offensive line, because if you can't win the trenches, it'll be a long night.
Yeah, it certainly would be. And speaking of that battle in the trenches, that was something that the Rams kind of struggled with when it came to playing the Royals last week. So they're definitely, I'm sure, have been working on that all week in practice, going over that. We're at the point of the season where you're still going to see some mistakes. You expect that to be happening at this time of the year. But this is also the time of the year to really be identifying those and getting them out and figuring, how to prevent that from happening down the road. So is it as simple as you think? Again, we haven't seen this Garfield team play, but do you think it could be as simple as, just got to work a little bit more on technique, the mental plays, those kind of things?
Well, when you give up that many rushing touchdowns, there's got to be some technique involved on the defensive line. The defensive line has got to be able to stop, the offensive line from doing certain things. That way it gives your linebackers and stuff a chance. So they're going to have to take control of the offensive line for Carrollton was their defensive line, so their linebackers can clean it up. But at the end of the day, not having that week 2 opponent, I mean, you come out of a couple scrimmages, you come out and you get that first win, and whatever mistakes you made in that first win, you didn't get a chance for 2 more weeks to see if you corrected them. And obviously the coaching staff has done everything they could because of that game not happening. But now they're here to find out if they corrected the mistakes from these last 2 losses.
Well, and speaking of the mistakes, in that Copley game, from what we understood, there were more than a few false start penalties, some of them back-to-back. Those are those mental mistakes that you've got to get out of the system, so to speak, especially when you're taking on a Carrollton team that's playing at home. They're fired up after that win last week. So I think the mental mistakes and, the penalty differential is going to be a huge thing to talk about here tonight.
Yeah, with that many false starts that they had in that game, like I said, that's all mental. That's got nothing to do with technique. That's got nothing to do with the weight room. That's just a mental mistake of not paying attention, trying to fire off too early. Now, holding plays and stuff like that, and that's just bad technique. But at the end of the day, football is just as much mental as it is physical.
Exactly. So we go back to the Week 1 victory against Southeast. Wouldn't say an offensive explosion by any means. A 3-point victory, 21-18. They pick up that win. The beautiful thing about the game of football, you can have all the stats, you can do all these things. Nobody cares at the end of the day. It's all about that final score, and I'm sure that's exactly what the Rams took away from that ball game.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've learned about some of the top coaches in the area that we cover. They're not here, to pad stats or do whatever they got to do. They're here to put points on the board and get that W at the end of the night. And any true football player, they'll tell you the same thing. If you tell them that they can have 5 touchdowns and the team loses, or they can have 2 touchdowns and the team wins, they're going to take 2 touchdowns all night long. So at the end of the night, it's about that W.
Yeah, no, that Southeast game was another one of those situations. 16 penalties for 130 yards. Again, having to polish that up before you come into this matchup. So we'll see if that's something that the Rams are able to do. We'll step aside again on the Wood Electric pregame show. When we return, we're talking with head coach Storm Hill of the Carrollton Warriors, brought to you by Hubner Chevrolet. Stay tuned with Big Z Sports.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Dan Hosteller of Ferris Chevrolet Buick Toyota. High school sports brings out the best of our high schools and our communities, and the people at Ferris have always been behind the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks that we sell and service every day. Like high school sports, we are a great tradition in the area. Ferris on the Wabash, New Philadelphia.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast professional service to get back on the road? MPAC Collision offers 2 locations, Newcomerstown and Strasburg, to help you out. Whether you need auto glass repair, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just need a free estimate, MPAC Collision has you covered. So the next time you need a repair, visit MPAC Collision online at mpactcollision.com and start your free estimate and learn all about what MPAC Collision can do for you.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop in to the Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today.
Top-notch auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden. Your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostics equipment. Whether your vehicle needs regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
Jeff Wallach LLC is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
Back into your Wood Electric pregame show live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. We're in Carroll County as the Carrollton Warriors host the Garfield Rams, and we're along the sideline with the coach, brought to you by Huebner Chevrolet. It's head coach Storm Hill for the Carrollton Warriors. Coach, first and foremost, I can't believe we're already talking about Week 5. I know that's crazy to think. A big week last week for you guys. I know you were very excited about that.
Yeah, for sure. You know, anytime you get a win, it's a good week. You know, obviously we still have some mistakes we need to clean up, and the kids know that. You know, we had a lot of yards on offense, but we got to make sure we're scoring in the red zone and, you know, not turning the ball over at timely points in the game. And, you know, we're going to continue to work on that every week. So.
What you've seen so far this year with, you know, some of those turnovers and such, has it been more about, you know, just moments where things didn't bounce your way, or more about stuff you've actually worked on to try to adjust a few things?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, there's times like the turnovers happen and it just happened. It was like bad time possession there, and, you know, we've had some special teams ones where, you know, we spend hours on special teams every week that, you know, that you question yourself on if we're doing things right, and I believe so. We just, you know, got to continue on the process and trust it, and, you know, our kids have got better on that over the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we do better tonight too.
Now, I was kind of looking at things before we came in here, and, you know, I was expecting some Warrior power from runs, you know, some more gritty stuff. You guys have actually balanced it out pretty well this year, right?
Yeah, we have. We tried. You know, we want to make sure we're balanced, so that way they can't just, you know, key on one thing, because we've prototypically been a team that's just run the ball, and we've run the ball heavy. And, you know, we still want to be able to do that, because if you want to win late in the season, you got to be able to run the football. But, you know, we're trying to make sure that, you know, all options are open and we're facilitating the ball around the field, so that way they can't just key on one thing.
Now, you're bringing in a Garfield team that might be a little bit more of an anomaly, so to speak, in the sense that you might not know them overly well. Like we were just talking before we started here, there are moments that they can really spread things out on you, try to use some speed. So what have you been talking about in order to try to limit that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they show some power sets, and then they'll get in 5 wide and do that too. So that's high school football. You're going to get a lot of different formations and a lot of different plays. Everyone has their own kind of mix there. So, but like you said, they've obviously shown some explosives during film. I think they're much better than their record indicates, and we just got to make sure that we don't, you know, fall into that trap and play our game and make sure we keep everything in front of us and play smart, focused football.
We normally do this a little bit earlier in the season, but we're at Week 5, first time we've been here to Carrollton this year. Anyone who's maybe stepped up in a big way, you know, you always expect your senior leaders to be able to do that, but what are some of the players who maybe have been making their names known in the early goings in the first half of this season?
Yeah, I think, like you said, it comes down to those seniors. I think, you know, our seniors and our senior captains with Hayden, Tanner, Hunter, Isaac, and Tucker have done a great job, and I think, you know, Graydon Cook, Marcus coming back, Javen's done a great job. I think we have a lot of kids that are contributing on both sides of the football, and we're proud of all of them, and they got to continue to get better every single week. So.
And finally for you, Coach, you mentioned already the turnovers. Is that going to be the biggest key to try to get a win here?
Yeah, I would say so, and that's any game. You know, you got to win the turnover battle. It's the number one indicator of winning and losing a football game. So.
We appreciate your time, and good luck to the Warriors.
All right, thanks, Nick. I appreciate it.
Head coach Storm Hill for the Carrollton Warriors, brought to you by Huebner Chevrolet. Stick around. We wrap up your Wood Electric pregame show and get to the night's opening kickoff from Carrollton right after this.
Are you ready to make a difference in a young person's life? Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio has 88 children waiting for a mentor. As a mentor, you will spend as little as 4 hours a month with your little, guiding them, listening, and helping them discover their full potential. Your time and your kindness can change the course of their future. By becoming a Big, you're not just volunteering, you're defending the potential of a child, giving them an opportunity to dream big and reach higher. Visit www.bigs4kids.com to sign up and help us make sure that no child has to wait. Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio. Defend the potential and become a Big today.
Lindsay Adams State Farm takes pride in customer service, community involvement, and their professional knowledge in the products and services offered, providing protection to their customers in more ways than just their auto insurance by protecting you from encountering any unexpected occurrences, including your auto, home, income, and the loss of a loved one. At Lindsay Adams State Farm, you're more than a customer, you're part of their family. Learn more about what Lindsay and her agents can do for you by visiting lindsayadamsf.com. Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and loud and clear advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Technology shouldn't slow us down. It should move us forward. At Logivision Technologies, we've been helping local businesses for over 12 years on US 62 in Winesburg, solving tech problems and making everyday operations easier. And we're here with custom IT solutions that just simply work. At Logivision, it's people first. That means service with integrity, professionalism, and genuine care. Call 330-234-5025 for your free consultation today. Logivision Technologies, local IT, real solutions, people first.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Final time for your Wood Electric pregame show as we are set for kickoff coming up here in just a little while from Warriors country. The Carrollton Warriors play host to the Garfield Rams live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Shannon, this is one that we know is going to be an interesting test for both sides. Two sides you wouldn't say necessarily that familiar with each other, so this can always give you a little bit more insight into heading into conference play coming up in the second half of the season because you get to see different looks, you get to see different things that you might not normally get.
Yeah, Carrollton might be coming off a game where the team did nothing but run the ball. Now they might get a team that's going to do nothing but throw the ball. So now your secondary will get a workout, or vice versa. Like I said, Carrollton knows more about Garfield than we do. So it'll be interesting to see how this game goes as we see both teams lining up now. And getting ready to do the national anthem.
Well, speaking of that national anthem, let's get to that right now. We'll return to your Wood Electric pregame show right after this.
Newtown Mall provides you a one-stop shop for anything you need. You can shop the latest fashions at Kohl's, Maurice's, or Marshall's, get your sporting goods at Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods, or redo a room in your house at Ashley Furniture. Find all these stores and more for yourself and experience Newtown. Plus, you can sign up to be a Newtown Mall VIP and follow your favorite stores so you're the first to know sales, giveaways, events, and more. To sign up and to see all that's happening, visit newtownmall.com.
When you're traveling to the game, there's a great way to see your directional map on a new radio from Cartoons in New Philly. Just plug in your phone, and all your maps and apps and Bluetooth devices are right on your radio. Cartoons carries a wide selection of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto radios from all of the name brands. From 7-inch screen radios to 10-inch screen radios, Cartoons has you covered. Stop in and see them on display and let Cartoons give you a demonstration. Cartoons, 517 West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at McInturf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to McInturf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Back to Carrollton High School as you see the Carrollton Warriors marching band wrapping up the alma mater here, getting the home crowd ready to go in this Week 5 showdown. Shannon, when the final whistle sounds for tonight and all of our games tonight, we are halfway done with the regular season, if you can believe that.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to believe where we're at right now, and as hot as it is tonight, and which that's just because of the way the playoff format and stuff is now. We start a little bit earlier. But halfway through the high school football season, I'm sure Adam will be sending us an email in the next week or two with the basketball schedule.
He's probably already almost done with it, if we're being honest. Would not shock me in the least. The Garfield Rams making their way onto the field as the Carrollton Warriors about to take the field through their band and onto their home sideline, dressed in all black with the white letters. Garfield with the white jerseys, white pants, the dark maroon red helmets with the gold ram horns on the sides. Of course, maybe a little homage to Akron Kenmore, Shannon?
Yeah, and it's cool to kind of see that, you know. I mean, the schools up there, they consolidated and do some different things, and still going to keep the Ram look that Kenmore had.
Got to love that for sure. Carrollton Warriors coming into this ball game off of that big victory last week. We'll see if they can keep it rolling here.
I was kind of chuckling a little bit as reading the sign down there that the cheerleaders made. It's always fun to see the signs that cheerleaders make.
That's a lot of time that gets spent into that. Here come the Warriors in front of their home crowd and leading the way through with the American flag in tow. Gotta love when it's a big man who's getting to do that and busting through that line. One of the senior leaders on this, one of the leaders on the offensive line and defensive line is a senior, and Darian DePalmo. You know, he's probably excited carrying the flag. I'm assuming they shift that every week.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you ever want to see something special, come out to Carrollton. I believe it was maybe last week or the week before they did Veterans Night out here, and all the football players carry flags.
Oh, okay.
And I was here a few years ago, and the away team carried flags. So they do an outstanding job to honor the military and the veterans and the active duty. So hats off to the people in charge of that, and all the schools. Every school does it, and it's just something special.
Well, you know, we said that not so long ago that when we were doing one of the games for the military appreciation. That's the whole reason that we get to actually do this on Friday nights, that you and I get to sit here and do something that we love.
Yeah, and you know, no matter what's going on in our country or what side you're on in your beliefs, this and that, at the end of the day, we live in the greatest country in the world, and nobody could ever convince me of any different, and it is because of our military.
Carrollton Warriors, Garfield Rams on the way on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in to the Wood Electric pregame show as we are set for kickoff here from the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio. The Rams will be the ones who will receive first, so Carrollton will be receiving the second half kickoff, a staple, of a lot of different coaches throughout our area.
Yeah, a lot of coaches will tell you that second half, that first offensive possession is the most important of the game, and they like to have the ball to start out.
Sophomore Payson Havens will be the one to put it back deep for Carrollton. Two men will go back deep for Garfield. Always a little extra anticipation right before the kickoff goes.
Yeah, you get excited when these kickoffs go, and especially when you see a team like Garfield you never seen before, and you kind of want to see what kind of speed they got back there, because that could really set the momentum of the game right off the get-go.
Havens teeing it up now in front of the hometown crowd. Beautiful night for some high school football. We would like to see it maybe a little bit colder here in the month of September.
A little bit colder, a little bit more rain. We heard.
I guess it rained. We had to leave Tusk County for it to rain, apparently.
Yeah, and they only got about 15 minutes, so it really didn't do anything.
Yeah, some is better than none. Havens ready. He'll put his leg into it. A Cartoons, a New Philadelphia kickoff, and we are underway from Carrollton. That one will hook and bounce out of bounds at the 1, so great starting field positions for the Rams, or field position, I should say, for the Rams. Havens kind of a cue shot off the foot there, and it just hooked the wrong way.
Yeah, he did a nice job. Put it down there in the corner. I was kind of hoping it would probably pull up a little bit, but it kind of spun out of bounds, and a nice job by the Garfield return man to just watch it roll out of bounds at the 1-yard line, and now they'll come out to the 35.
Carrollton defense trots out on the field, only giving up 10 points last week. It's a tough unit. We know the Warriors always pride themselves in their defensive presence. Garfield will come out on offense for the first time tonight. Looking to regain some momentum after that Week 1 win. Shotgun formation, one running back to the left, two wide receivers flanked out either side. Motion man from left to right. Looks like it's Dominique Douglas. There will be a quarterback sweep off the left side, and he's got a lot of room. Now a cutback lane at midfield, tries to spin, and he is undercut down low and will go down. Nice pickup there, looked like on the carry.
Well, nice job right there by the offensive line and the quarterback and running back. They sold that play so well. He kind of had a naked bootleg out here. Nobody really knew he had the ball, and it looked like he was just on a daily jog.
So that'll be enough for a First Federal Community Bank first down. Shotgun formation again, three wide receivers spread right. Now a motion man from right to left. Back to pass, looks left, now tries to swing to the right, and that's batted up in the air and knocked down. A great job on the defensive line there for the Warriors, getting that big paw up and send it right back. Looked like that was number 23, Javen Johnson, the senior.
Yeah, he did a nice job after it got batted up in the air. Somebody dove after it and just about tipped it and made a catch, but like I said, it falls incomplete.
Second down upcoming. They'll go three wide receivers left, one on the right. Shotgun formation again, one running back in the backfield with number 6, Juwan Brooks. Sophomore gets ready. He'll take the snap, goes back to pass, now looks right, going to throw it down the right sideline. Got a man, but it's underthrown a bit, and it will check up there behind both the defender and the receiver. Incomplete. Third down upcoming.
Yeah, he had the receiver out there. He just kind of didn't get enough underneath of it. Carrollton's got to watch it. Garfield's one of those teams that the offensive line goes down, but they never set. They never put their hand on the ground, and then they all stand back up and look at the sideline. I know St. Clairsville was real good at that a couple years ago, and they were good at drawing teams offside like that. So Carrollton's got to watch on these third downs like this. When they stand back up, they don't get called.
Shotgun formation again. It'll be a turn, a handoff there. Nope, the quarterback's going to keep it. Looks for the right side, does Brooks. He'll go towards the sideline, and he is scampered out of bounds at about the 44-yard line of Carrollton. A pickup of 4, but brings up fourth down and medium.
Yeah, nice job on the defensive end right there and the outside linebacker for Carrollton. They seen that coming, and they was able to chase him out of bounds. You know, he has a little bit of speed, so he was able to get half of it.
We've seen Brooks tuck it and run twice on this possession, but now a fourth down and 6 upcoming. Take it back, fourth down and 5, as they officially gave him credit for 5. So he got halfway there. 4th down in the shotgun. Back to pass is Brooks. He'll step up in the pocket, looks for room, rolls to the right, flips it downfield, has a wide open receiver at the 30. He's up to the 20 and wrestled out of bounds at the 16 into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. Great job by Brooks there, moving the pocket, keeping the play alive, and finding an open receiver.
Yeah, well, that's the problem when you got a scrambling quarterback like that. Brooks did a little sidestep, and then he stepped towards the line of scrimmage, and when he did that, that pulled the coverage off of that wide receiver. He was wide open. He did a nice job just laying it out there to him.
The senior Zilon Blair was the receiver who hauled it in down the sideline. Brooks in the shotgun, goes back to pass pressure right side, delivers, and that one was nearly picked off as it was batted away. And it was Jaden Murphy who jumped on it but couldn't quite corral it.
I'll tell you what, Jaden Murphy's going to watch the game film tomorrow morning, and he's going to see that. He's going to be mad at himself because there was nothing but green turf in between him and the end zone.
2nd down and 10 upcoming. Rams can still get a first down here in the red zone. Motion man again. There'll be a sweep into the hands of the wide receiver who will try to bounce away from the cornerback there, but a flag comes in on the sideline and looks like a hold.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding out there.
Running from right to left that time, it looked like the junior Timothy Tate had a bit of a lane, but it's all for naught as it will get hauled back from the holding. And Shannon, I think you were nodding your head when the moment the flag came out.
Yeah, I seen the hold coming, and then the referee threw the flag out there. He just got out there and just kind of spun him around. And you do that right in front of a referee, you're going to get that call every time.
So back up the Rams after some nice conversions there. A 4th down conversion and a nice move by Brooks in the pocket to find the open receiver.
I wouldn't be shocked right here if you see Brooks keep it and go to the right. He's got a lot of room over there to work with.
2 wide receivers either side of the formation, running back off the left hip of Brooks. Motion man from right to left in a direct read up the middle, and I think there's going to be a false start. Somebody got started early.
Well, Brooks was going to keep it, and he was going to go up the middle. Not sure if he would have had much to gain right there, but there's one of those false start penalties like you said, like they had last week.
Back the Rams up again. So now after being in the red zone, they are back to the Carrollton 32-yard line. And officially, it is a 2nd and 25 upcoming. Rams get the play call from the sideline.
If you're the Warriors defensive back, you got to keep your eyes out of the backfield. You don't want to watch what Brooks is doing. You just want to stay on your receivers right here.
3 wide receivers spread wide to the right, 1 ISO'd left. Brooks in the shotgun with a running back. He'll look to the right side, delivers towards the sideline. That's a nice pitch and catch and knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. A pickup that time of 7. Had a nice touch on the pass.
Yeah, it looked like Tanner Johnston from the Warriors made a nice play to get out there and to wrap him up and shove him out of bounds.
Did not see who was the one who made that catch, but a 9-yard pickup will bring up a more manageable 3rd down. Brooks in the huddle, getting the Rams ready to go. 9:50 to go in the first quarter. No score. Rams on their opening drive. Got close and got within the red zone. Has stalled a bit here, but looking for a 3rd and 17 conversion. Brooks now will order around some traffic. 2 wide receivers right, 1 ISO'd way left. Brooks a direct read off the left side. He'll cut back in, looks for room, spin move, and now he's got some, but he will get leveled from behind and taken down hard there as the man who grabbed him and took him to the turf, Jamison Powell, the senior.
Yeah, he did a nice job coming back through there. Brooks did a nice job making something happen right there. Got it down to now it'll be 4th and 10, and if it wasn't for Powell, he'd have probably got a few more yards.
Looks like the Rams are going to go. 2 wide receivers right, tight end on the left side of the line. Shotgun again for Brooks. Running back to his left hip. Brooks back to pass. Steps up, delivers right side. That one was underthrown and doesn't quite make it to the receiver. So a turnover on downs makes it Carrollton ball. Warriors defense bends but does not break.
Yeah, look, I think Brooks had more anticipation of his receiver kind of turning out more towards the sideline right there, and it just fell incomplete to the turf.
So now the Carrollton offense will come out. Led by their senior quarterback in Hunter Allison. Again, this is a Warriors offense that we've said has kind of not necessarily changed their MO entirely, but a little bit more balanced attack. And actually, I think we do have I want to say a jersey change, but it looks like Allison is wearing number 7. They announced him as number 12 in the pregame, but the roster we had did have him as number 7. So he'll be in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers right, and H-back up on the line on the right side, or a slot back. Allison will turn and hand it off to Kiko. Kiko up the middle, tries to grind it out, and not much doing there as Levi Kiko stopped after a yard.
Yeah, nice job right there by Garfield's defensive line. They was able to kind of slant to the right there and shut down all lanes.
2nd down and 9 upcoming. Levi Kiko, the 6-foot, 170-pound junior running back, although listed at 170 pounds, still kind of runs like a bowling ball. Allison breaks the huddle. They'll spread 3 wide to the right, 1 left. Shotgun with a running back to his left in Kiko. Allison goes back to pass. It's a straight drop. He'll step up in the pocket, delivers middle of the field, and it's just out of the fingertips there of Jaden Murphy. So incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, not sure who the defensive player was right there, number 75, I believe, for Garfield. He got
to be Corey Williams.
Man, he got pressure. He shoved the lineman out of the way and got to the running back and shoved the running back clear back into the quarterback. So, I mean, outstanding pressure right there.
We'll apologize if we butcher any numbers from either side because both Shannon and I might have forgot the binoculars today.
Yeah, and this is one of the fields where we're further back.
Yes, we are. 3 wide receivers spread to the right. Shotgun again. Allison flips it, though, and puts the running back on his right hip. Straight drop. Back to pass. Little pressure up the middle. Allison's flushed. He'll deliver it, and it's underthrown to nobody. Incomplete, and now a flag comes down in the backfield late. And I'm not sure if they were going to say
be a hold.
I was going to say either in the area of a holding or an intentional grounding. Allison did get flushed from the pocket, so the holding, I would imagine, would be declined here, and the Warriors are going to go 3 and out.
Yeah, there was a Garfield defensive lineman that got tackled in the backfield over there, and the side judge over here seeing it through the flag.
More good pressure on back-to-back pass plays. The Rams create a nice pass rush straight up the middle on the Warriors' offensive line. So punt time. Looks like it is Jaden Murphy who will be the punter for the Warriors. 1 man will go back for the Rams. Good defensive showing there for Garfield to start things off. Murphy's into it, a end-over-end punt that'll go up to about the 50, bounce there and stop and roll backwards now, take a Carrollton roll and go back to about the 46-yard line there of Garfield. So Rams take over, both defenses standing tall.
Yeah, outstanding play so far by both defenses. Garfield had a little bit more success offensively, moved the ball. They just got himself in trouble with some penalties. A quick Stocker Concrete scoreboard update as Strasburg is on the board first. They lead Sandy Valley 7-0. Ridgewood leads East Canton 7-0 in the first quarter. Tusky Valley leads Malvern 7-0 in the first quarter. And Harrison Central up 7-0 on Akron North.
That Tusky Valley-Malvern game could get very interesting. Shannon, you and I talked about it. You know, we broadcast the Tusky Valley game against Fairless last week. Was not the showing that the Trojans wanted, but we said this is a Trojans team that could create some problems. Brooks swings it to the right side. Screen pass that the receiver turns into a gain of 7 yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Yeah, the receiver did a nice job right there. He got stopped out there about 4.5 yards. He kept his feet moving, and the Warriors had a spinning to bring him down, and it kind of helped him gain another 2.5 yards.
6-yard pickup as he goes back into the hands of Blair. Rams now facing a 2nd and 4 ball, just crossed the midfield stripe, so they're in Warriors territory. Brooks will hand it off and swallowed up immediately as the running back. Ball comes free, but they're going to say down by contact, and the man busting through there, it was Jamison Powell again.
Yeah, Powell having him an outstanding game right there.
Ball carrier that time, I believe it was Jordan Spaulding, the sophomore. So now that will move the Rams backwards. Powell listed at 5'9", $190. Lines up as the nose tackle in this Warriors 3-man front. Now a blitz off the right side. Brooks sees it, delivers into his receiver's hands right at the first down stripe, and a nice pitch and catch for a First Federal Community Bank first down. Exactly what you needed if you're Garfield.
Yeah, and a nice job by the wide receiver right there. He didn't try to get fancy or anything. He just went down, made sure he made a secure catch and didn't let it hit the turf.
Making that grab, number 15, Timothy Tate. 2nd time he's holding a pass today. This was something you and I talked about in the pregame that, you know, it's been rough going for the Garfield offense the last 2 weeks, but don't have to do anything crazy. Just your back to basic stuff, do your fundamentals, and you can move the ball, and you were seeing it right now from the Rams.
Oh, and what we said earlier in the pregame, what killed them that first drive was the penalties.
Motion man from right to left. Now the snap comes back. Brooks wasn't ready for it. He'll try to scramble out, and he is taken down as a linebacker comes running in free.
And nice work by that linebacker right there, because nobody really seen the ball go down on the ground, and he come in there and knifed through there and almost got a recovery, but tackled him instead.
Looks like it was Nolan Dietrich, the sophomore. Loss of 3 that time, technically for Brooks, but it's hard to give him that loss after the snap came back that quick. Now Brooks will hand it off on a sweep. It's Tate. He looks for room, breaks off of one tackle, now bounces towards the sideline, up the numbers at the 35, 30, breaks another tackle, cut back lane at the 20, looking for more room, 15, breaks another man miss, stiff arm at the 10, and he's down at the 9.
That's all him right there. He had blockers around him, but the blockers really weren't doing anything, and that young man, he just wanted it more than everybody else on the field.
A 37-yard pickup puts him in the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone. What a run for Tate. Rams break the huddle, get ready for their next play. Goal to go from the 8. Brooks in the shotgun, motion man from right to left, and he's just going to do a direct read off the right side. Gets away from Johnson, looking for the edge. Cutback move at the 5, leans forward and gets all the way up to the 4-yard line. It is a pickup of 4 on first down. Ball will be at the 4-yard line, 2nd down and 4 upcoming. Thanks to Athletic Director Eric McCourt paying us a visit up here, getting all the X's and O's filled out.
Yeah, we just had to make sure all the paperwork was filled out.
3 running backs in the backfield for Garfield, breaking off of one tackle, tries to find the edge, still fighting, but he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1 before going down. Trying to find some room there, it was Brandon Williams.
Yeah, nice job right there by the defense to able to kind of sniff that play out right there. Now it's going to be a 3rd down and 5.
A lot of tough fighting there for Williams, but he's dropped for a loss of 1. So 3rd and 5. Well, 3rd and goal to go from the 5, we should say.
Still scoreless here in the first quarter. There was about 4 minutes to go.
Rams break the huddle. They'll go heavy again. 2 fullbacks up in the formation, 1 running back back deep as Brooks will go under center. He'll turn. He'll fake the handoff. Now he looks for room and slips and falls as he goes back to the 8-yard line, so another 3-yard loss that time for Brooks. Now it brings up decision time with 4th down.
Yeah, number 2 right there for the Warriors. He kind of was out here in the corner. I think it was number 2 and forced him back in. Yeah, that's
sophomore John Bajornas who was out there. And a timeout on the field brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports will be back after this.
Simona Bolteron is a global leader in plastics technology, manufacturing thermoplastic products for industries such as aircraft interior parts, medical device housings, wall coverings, general thermoforming, and many more. Simona Bolteron, a company like a friend, is proud to be a part of the community and wishes all local athletes good luck and have a great year. For more information, visit them online at bolteron.com. Simona Bolteron, 1 General Street, Newcomerstown.
Let the experts at Bear Carpet One in Sugar Creek help you pick out the right window treatment for you. Bear is now carrying Alta Window Fashions. Their cost-effective, made-in-America blinds and shades come in many styles. Honeycomb, roller shades, wood, faux wood, aluminum, and vertical blinds. Even custom shutters in many fabrics and materials. Alta blinds and shades can be automated through a remote, smartphone, or even voice. Come check out Bear's Alta display. Bear Carpet One, just off Route 39 in the Salzburg Plaza in Sugar Creek.
Brooks goes back to pass in the pocket, throws to the goal line, and knocked away as Carrollton turns the Rams aside for the 2nd time. Another turnover on downs, and the Warriors again bend but don't break, Shannon.
I mean, Garfield does everything they got to do. They get down to inside the red zone, and then the Warriors defense steps up.
So Warriors will take over deep in the shadow of their own goal line at the 8-yard line, but regardless, the main thing your goal there was obviously to keep points off the board, so still a no-score ball game. Allison comes back out, the senior signal caller for the Warriors, try to orchestrate a drive down the field. Carrollton will come out, 2 wide receivers right, 1 left, tight end on the right side of the line in Johnson. Kiko off the left hip of Allison. He'll turn and put it in his belly. Kiko looks for room, tries to cut back in, and he's met by 2 different linebackers and goes down at the 10-yard line. Short pickup there, maybe 2, give him 3 yards as they did mark him up to the 11.
Yeah, big collision right there, and he tried to power through it, but a nice job by Garfield wrapping him up on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down and 7 on the way. Rams defense has been playing pretty close to the line so far in the couple offensive possessions we've seen out of the Warriors. No, it might be a little bit more run heavy in the early goings. Allison in the shotgun, Kiko to his right, 2 wide receivers right. They'll give it off to Kiko, and up it's a play fake. They'll dump it off to Johnson as he sweeps from left to right, and he'll be met there by the safety, still fighting for more, and will finally fall backwards at the 23-yard line. A First Federal Community Bank first down, an 11-yard pickup there to the senior.
Yeah, he got to do a better job holding on to that ball right there. I mean, he lost it when they was going out of bounds, but still, if that's in the middle of the field, the Rams will recover it. So you got to do a better job securing that ball.
Warriors move the chains, and little misdirection play action there to throw back to the right side. Johnson streaking from left to right. A name, if you're a fan of Carrollton baseball, here in Hunter Allison and Javen Johnson, might sound familiar. Allison goes back to pass, delivers right side, a little comeback route, and the receiver slips and falls. He'll go down at the 26-yard line. Pick up a 4 that time into the hands of Drew Garrow, the sophomore.
Yeah, he kind of spun around there, and he was leaning on the line from where we could see up here the players in the road, and just not sure if he kind of didn't know where he was at on the sideline, but kind of fell out of bounds backwards.
Still a pickup of 4, brings up 2nd down and 6. Two wide receivers will go left in Murphy and Garrow. Pardon me, it's actually Isaac Husted in the slot. Blitz coming. They almost timed it up perfectly. Wide receiver swing pass into the hands there, and being driven down to the ground is Murphy. A minimal gain there, maybe give him 3 yards, does make it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, it looked like number 2 for Garfield out there. Blair, he kind of hit him in the backfield right there and spun him around, so that slowed him down. He was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that young man is kind of what made that play happen.
Another 3rd down upcoming for the Warriors. They went 3 and out in their opening drive. Not going to be the case here after picking up a 1st down, but they want to keep this rolling. A minute to go on the first quarter clock. Allison in the shotgun. Here come the Rams again on a blitz. Allison's going to air it out deep. He's got a receiver down there, and it's into his hands over the shoulder and hauls it in down at the Garfield 35-yard line. What a pitch and catch, and what hands out down there by Murphy.
Yeah, he did a nice job because it actually bobbled in his hands a little bit, but what more can you say about that pass? It kind of just dropped it in over the top, and the Garfield Warrior would have had a play on it, but it just got on him so quick.
A 36-yard pickup there. Allison goes to Murphy. Smooth in the pocket, as you can call Allison when he does air it out deep.
I tell you what, he's got a nice pass on him.
Murphy staying with it, too, as you saw it bounce off the shoulder pad, but was able to re-corral it. Today's presentation of high school football brought to you in part by the Kime Company. Allison in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers right. Low snap. Has to bobble it and pull it up off of the turf. Now he's looking for room up the middle. He's got a defensive lineman on him. He'll lean forward and somehow got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Hey, I'll give him props right there because when that ball hit the turf right there in his feet, he didn't panic. He didn't run around. He didn't jump. He just calmly picked it up and looked for his receivers. And when he realized the pocket was collapsing, he just got back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain, only 12 seconds on the game clock here. It looks like Carrollton will take it into the second quarter. No score from Warriors country. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Hi, this is Zarek with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. How healthy is the air you breathe? When air quality outside is bad, you can breathe easy inside your home with air purifiers, high-quality air filtration, and other fine products from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are your local trained comfort specialist in downtown Dover, providing 24-hour emergency service since 1981. For all your home comfort needs, call us at 330-343-5511. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
Out of this Cush Financial Group timeout, it is Carrollton ball as they roll on offense following a 36-yard hookup between Hunter Allison to Jaden Murphy. Nice pitch and catch has the Warriors in business up to the 33-yard line of Garfield. Starting off the second quarter, today's presentation of high school football brought to you in part by the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Allison will be in the shotgun, slot back on the right side. Will motion into the backfield. Allison turns, gives it off. Kiko looks for a cutback lane. Absolutely nothing doing there, but he did fall forward. Still going to give him a gain of 3 yards on third down.
We got all kinds of action going on right now on the Stocker Concrete scoreboard. Clamont's up 14-0 in Newcomerstown. Dover leads Ashland 7-0. Strasburg 14-0 over Sandy Valley. Indian Valley 7-0 over Buckeye Trail. Girard 7, Garraway 0, Ridgewood 7, East Canton 0, Knott Valley 14, Brownsville 0, Fairless Orville tied at 7.
Allison back to pass in the shotgun. Pressure up the middle, delivers middle of the field, and that was a defensive play by the receiver who knocks it away from the safety who came streaking in, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Some more updates on the Stocker Concrete scoreboard. Tusky Valley still leads Malvern 7-0. Tuscarawas Central Catholic 6, Federal Hocking 0, and Harrison Central 21, Akron North 0.
Harrison Central looking for their first win of the year, if I'm not mistaken, Shannon.
Yes, they are. They're 0-4.
Off to a good start for the Huskies. So fourth down. Warriors are going to go here. 4th and 7 from the Garfield 30. Shotgun again. Allison has 3 wide receivers right. Kiko off his left hip in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks to the right side, steps up in the pocket, delivers receivers there, but it is knocked away, and a great play by the corner, knocking it away there, and that is a turnover on downs, gives the ball back to the Rams.
Another outstanding defensive performances. Both teams now are kind of getting 4 and outs.
It was John Bajornis who was out there trying to make that grab, but the corner broke on it at the right time and made contact with the receiver at the right time to knock it away. Ball at the 30-yard line now for Garfield, an offense that has taken it down into the red zone on back-to-back possessions but have not come away with any points to this point. Still in the early goings of the second quarter. Start wondering, though, you have these 3 and outs, these 4 and outs. Starts kind of stressing out your offense a little bit. Don't want anyone to start playing tight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which one of these teams all of a sudden changes a quick game plan, because we've seen what Garfield can do running the ball, and then when they get down inside the red zone, they try to throw it. Sooner or later, they're just going to have to keep running it.
Brooks motions a man. Bobbled on the jet sweep there. It's still loose. Battle for the ball. Carrollton looks like they might have gotten it, and they do. The Warriors get the turnover, and picking it up off the turf is Gabe Fernwalt, the junior.
Yeah, I mean, just was never a really clean exchange right there, and it come out, and the bad part is when it came out of his gut, it hit his knee and went forward, and it went towards the defense, and they had 4 guys going after it, and with 1 guy for the Rams trying to get to it, and Warriors get it.
Took a very unfortunate bounce if you're a Garfield fan as it bounced forward into that Carrollton defensive line. Well, Warriors quickly to the line.
First big break of the game. See if Carrollton can turn it into points.
Allison in the shotgun, running back in the backfield with him. They'll fake it to him, deliver it down in the middle of the field. Tight end is there, looking for more room, spun around and goes down to the 20-yard line. A 13-yard pickup, and a nice job there as the receiver just kind of settled right into the open space.
Yeah, I think the fake got the outside linebacker right there. I think the outside linebacker was supposed to stay with the tight end right there. With the fake, it pulled him to the line, and that left that tight end wide open.
Murphy's 3rd reception. Right into the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone, ball at the 20-yard line. Shannon, you and I made comments here. If you're not here watching the game from Carrollton, you wouldn't know, but boy, oh boy, something smells good down from the concession stand. It's right below us.
Well, I said when we pulled in the parking lot, it's one of the better concession stands we go to.
Kiko takes the handoff, and he lowers his shoulder pads and drives forward for 2 yards. He was hit in the backfield, but somehow bounced off of it. Been tough sledding so far, just 4 carries so far for him, just 9 yards to show for it.
Yeah, it's going to second down and 8 now. They got to come up with a big play right here to give themselves a chance.
Picture perfect night from Carrollton. Thanks for tuning in on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel, and of course get subscribed and never miss out on any of our broadcasts. Allison's going to be in the shotgun, running back to his right hip. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right, tight end on that side. He'll motion into the backfield, actually to the left side of the line. Allison back to pass, fakes right, delivers middle of the field, tipped away, and a flag comes in right towards the line, almost in the area of a hold. Or an ineligible man, potentially.
Looks like it might be an ineligible man downfield.
See what the official call is. Warriors are marching backwards.
Yep, holding.
Was a hold, so that will move Carrollton back up for this second down, make it a little bit more difficult. Looked like Price Rogers checked out of the game. Javen Johnson also over to the sideline. Checking back in now, Marcus Brooks, the junior tight end. He'll bring the play call into Allison. 2nd and 18 upcoming from the 28. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Allison shotgun, Kiko to his right hip. Allison, he'll go back to pass, tries to step up in the pocket, delivers down the field towards the middle, and a diving attempt there, but couldn't quite haul it in. Drew Garrow laid out for it, but couldn't haul it in. 3rd down and a country mile to go. We'll see, Shannon, if it's 4-down territory, if they don't look to pick up a decent chunk here and then set up a better 4th down play.
Yeah, they're going to have to come with something a little bit different right there. Not sure if they'll maybe a little bit of play action. They do a nice job when they do a little bit of play action, kind of pulls those linebackers a little bit, maybe get a crossing route. But like I said, it's our first time covering Carrollton this year, so we don't know what's all in Coach Hill's bag of tricks.
Allison in the shotgun, and everybody moved there before the start. On the left side, tight end and the running back both got started early, so now make the 3rd down that much harder.
Yeah, I was sitting here. I was already doing the hand motion. There was no flag yet, but it finally. I think every referee's seen it. They just want to see who was going to do the work of throwing their flag.
Also, you question, who do you call the false start on there? Because about 3 guys got started early. Credit where credit is due. It was in unison. 3rd down and 23 now. This is a Warriors drive that actually started at this very spot after the turnover. Three wide receivers out left, 1 right. That's actually the same formation we saw 2 plays ago. Play fake in the backfield. Allison's flush from the pocket. Pump fakes, goes up the middle, tries to stiff arm the linebacker, but he was not letting him go. A pickup of 4 brings up 4th down.
Yeah, he took a pretty good hit down low right there. Glad to see him get up because number 3 right there for Garfield come flying in right there.
More bidding the cornerback, the senior, is the one who made that tackle. So now 4th down and 19, out of range for a field goal, too close for a punt. Warriors are going to go. They'll flip the formation, 3 wide receivers spread right, 1 left. Allison has Kiko to his left side. He'll take the snap in the shotgun, tries to look straight up the middle, steps up in the pocket, and he was going to think about running. Looks like he's near the line of scrimmage, delivers down the field into the end zone, and it's knocked away by the corner. Another turnover on downs, and both defenses refuse to let anything go into the end zone tonight.
Yeah, he did a nice job right there, running up and got to the line of scrimmage, then ran sideways and made a throw, but the wide receiver didn't kind of get turned back towards the ball far enough.
Will be Rams ball. On another turnover, both these sides, it's been very similar drives so far. A little bit of progress, a couple of mistakes, some missed opportunities, and neither side has been able to crack through. Rams come out on offense, 3 wide receivers spread left. Shotgun now with Brooks, has a running back in the backfield alongside him in Spalding. Low snap, corralled by Brooks, swings it out to Spalding, and it's too low, incomplete.
Yeah, he did a nice job leading him out there. He'd have caught that on the run. He probably could have caused some damage right there, but like I said, it just kind of fell kind of quick right there down towards his knees, and he wasn't able to get it.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. Sunset in the backfield here at Carrollton, and it looks like thought we had a flag there for a minute, Shannon. The head ref was pointing back to the Garfield side, but not sure what it was, and I guess there was a flag. We missed what the call was, though.
Well, it was only 5 yards, so it must have been the illegal shift or something along the lines like that.
What I was saying with the sun going down in the background, you and I might have to turn the light on up here in a minute.
Yeah, it got dark in here quick. Hopefully the temperature goes down.
Brooks takes it out of the running back's belly. He's got room off the right side, up the sideline. Ball gets poked out from behind, but it will roll out of bounds. Nice pickup, though, for Brooks. It will make it 3rd down and manageable. 3rd and 4 upcoming. Well, make it 3rd and 5. Or maybe 6. I'll get there at some point.
Yeah, well, it's only going to be 2nd down because there's a penalty on the 1st down.
Right you are. The lineman, or the guy running the down marker over there, already had it switched by the time he was moving. 2nd down and 7 upcoming. Ball sits at Garfield zone 34, 8:45 on the clock. Handoff up the middle. Spalding is met immediately in the hole and knocked to the ground. Maybe a 1-yard pickup there. Man coming through was Maddox Moore, the junior.
They must be watching our broadcast downstairs.
Apparently.
You said about the lights, and they come up and turn the lights on for us.
I'll have to say thanks to whoever that was.
Listen, I'm just going to say, hey, that's just how good we are. They're at the football game, and they're watching us.
Something like that. 3rd and 6 upcoming. Brooks in the shotgun. Straight drop. Delivers middle of the field. Scooped up off the turf by the receiver, and it's enough for a First Federal Community Bank 1st down.
Yeah, another great play right there by the wide receiver. That ball was coming in low, and he went down and secured it, got both arms underneath of it.
I believe that was Tate again. That'd be his 3rd reception. Ball up to the 42-yard line. Pick up that time of 7. Nothing fancy, just move the sticks and keep it going. Brooks on a jet sweep. It looks like Tate looking for room off the left side. He gets spun around towards the sideline. Flag in the backfield, likely coming back. Not sure on that last reception if it was Tate or Avanti Caldwell.
Yeah, going to be a hold on Garfield right there. And the Garfield, they just really hurt themselves with the penalties. They do such a nice job of moving the ball and getting downfield. And then all of a sudden just the penalties start racking up on them. And they're going to have a bunch of yardage tonight, but they're not getting very many points out of it.
So that'll move Garfield back to their own 32-yard line. Clock continues to roll now, under 8 minutes to go before halftime. Coming up will be your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Defensive struggle so far to this point. Brooks play fakes the sweep, back to pass, and he is pressured and taken down. Lineman was in the backfield almost immediately, and that was Gabe Fernwald, who just powered through the left tackle and grabbed a hold of Brooks.
Yeah, young man's got a fumble recovery tonight, and now he's got a sack. And he's just a junior, 5'10", 195-pound defensive lineman, and he's having a solid game up front.
Officially will go down as a loss of 7.
You know what it is? These linemen now, they see that me and you award player of the game. So
we have done a couple linemen this year.
So these linemen now, they step up. They're like, man, we like that color blue.
2nd and 27. Brooks will hand it off. Running back straight up the middle into the linebacker, who will hold on to him and take him down at the 30-yard line. Pick up that time of 5. That was straight up the middle for Williams. And boy, was that a meeting in the hole.
Yeah, Hayden Thomas, number 25, is the one that made the tackle. And he made a solid tackle right there. He kind of got run over a little bit, but he made sure he wrapped him up and brought him down.
Williams listed at 6 foot, 178 pounds. Who was it you said who made the tackle there, Shannon?
Hayden Thomas, 5'8", 170 pounds.
Shotgun. Brooks goes back to pass. Looks for room up the middle. Now will deliver down the right sideline. Tate is there, and both defenders were there as well. No flag on the contact, so incomplete, and 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, I mean, I've never second-guessed the referee, but I think Carrollton might have got away with a little bit of a tug on a jersey right there.
I think that was what Tate was most upset about.
Yeah, he had 2 defenders on him and looked like he had the step and seen the jersey get pulled a little bit, but like I say, no harm, no foul. You play on.
First time, if I'm not mistaken, we will see the Rams punting today. One man will go back deep for Carrollton. Looks like it is Williams who will also do the punting duties for the Rams. John Bajornis will go back for the Warriors. Snap rolls back into the hands there of Williams as he'll now have to try to scramble around, gets around the defender and somehow gets the punt away, and it ends up being a pretty good one as it's going to take a roll and go back to the Carrollton 38-yard line. So a great play there by Williams, corralling the low snap, kind of deked out a defender who was coming in and still delivered a good punt down the field.
Yeah, and what it did is the defender thought he was going to run it. He made that little step. He went that way. He stumbled, and he kept his composure, come back around, and got him off a nice punt and got a little bit of roll with it. So another defensive stop.
6:12 going before the halftime break. 1st and 10, Warriors at their own 38. We've already had one broadcast this year, Shannon, that was scoreless heading into the halftime break. Could we see another?
Or it's looking that way unless Carrollton can put a drive together right now.
Allison in the shotgun. Running back with him. Fakes it to Kiko. Delivers middle of the field into the hands of the receiver and Murphy, who will fall forward. And a pickup of 10. Another First Federal Community Bank first down. Murphy right now has been a pass-catching machine. 10 receptions in this first half.
Yeah,
or pardon me, 4 receptions in the first half. That one went for 10.
And like I said on that last drive when I had to pick up that gain, I said they're so good with that play-action fake right there with hitting somebody across the middle, and that's just what they did. They come out, nice little play action right there. Got the guy on the slant. Nice completion.
Murphy so far 4 catches for 62 yards. Allison 5 for 11 for 73. He's in the shotgun, running back to his right side. 2 wide receivers that side and a tight end as well. He'll throw it towards the sideline and in and out of the hands of the receiver who might have been looking upfield before he hauled it in.
I blame that on you.
That was Murphy that time who had it go in and out of his hands. You can blame that one on me. I gave him the big Z kibosh, didn't I?
You sure did.
2nd down and 10 upcoming. Looks like Johnson will check out of the game. Checking back in is Brooks. 2 very big tight ends in Johnson and Brooks that can sub in and out interchangeably. Brooks will line up on the left side of the line. Shotgun again with Allison with Kiko to his right. He'll go back to pass. Gets a block there from Kiko. Now flushed out of the pocket to the right side. Allison looks for room. Delivers there, and it was a throw behind the receiver who just knocked it away as there was a defensive back waiting right behind it. He was trying to go down the field to Houston, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Houston, I thought he was going to make a nice turnaround catch right there, and it just kind of got through his hands.
3rd down and 10 upcoming. Ball at the 48-yard line of Carrollton.
Stalker Concrete scoreboard update. Newcomerstown's on the board as Clemence still leads them 14-6. Dover and Ashland are tied at 7. Mansfield has taken the lead on New Philadelphia 12-7. Stroudsburg all over Sandy Valley early 28-0.
Shotgun for Allison. Kiko to his right. He'll go back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle from the Rams. Allison sidesteps through it. Now he's going to cut back to the middle. Takes a hit from the back. Still stays up. He's up across the 45-yard line and up to the 43. Will make it a 4th down and 1. A 9-yard carry from Allison. Bounced off about 3 different tackles.
Big decision by Coach Hill right here.
Allison looked like he was going to be stopped about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but fought through and kept rolling. He took a couple different good licks as he'll jog over towards the sideline. And it looks like he'll be out of the game for right now as he comes over towards the sideline. Brooks comes back in with a play call, though.
Yeah, wonder if it's going to be a Wildcat formation right here. Oh, they're lining up. Yeah.
And they are. The old power eye. Under center. Can't tell which the quarterback is. It was Husted. He'll hand it off. Kiko looks for room. Hits his own lineman. Still drives forward. Falls forward. It's going to be very close. Kiko appeared to be stopped initially and somehow kept fighting. He fell up to about the 42-yard line, and that one, Shannon, you got a better view than I do.
Standing right here, I'm going to call it first down.
And they are going to signal for a measurement here.
I need the hat to move.
Kiko was stopped about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, kept fighting, kept churning, ducked underneath his left tackle, drove forward, and fell on top of the linebacker. And boy, oh boy, is that going to be extremely close.
Well, I got time. I'll finish this Stalker Concrete scoreboard update as Indian Valley leads Buckeye Trail 27-0 in the first quarter. Girard leads Garraway 21-0 in the second quarter. I'm trying to watch the...
And it is going to be short by about a half a yard, so Kiko is turned away, and as are the Warriors on 4th down. The Rams stand tall on defense again.
Some more Stalker Concrete scoreboard updates. Ridgewood leads East Canton 14-0 second quarter. Conotton Valley leads Brownsville 20-0 in the second quarter, so that long bus trip didn't affect Conotton Valley too much.
Seems to be doing all right after they made their trip to the state to the east.
And Fairless and Orville in a battle 7-7. Tusky Valley 7, Malvern 0, second quarter. Tuscarawas Central Catholic 13, Federal Hawking 0, Harrison Central 21, Akron North 0. And Indian Valley has just scored again. They now lead 34-0.
Coming up, the guys back in studio at 99.9 and 100.9 will bring you the halftime report, brought to you by the First National Bank of Denison. Running back straight up the middle there for the Rams, and he is taken down after a 2-yard pickup. Not a whole lot of room that time. Couldn't tell, Shannon, who that was that time straight up the gut.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I was still looking at the scoreboard.
Brooks in the shotgun, low snap, swings it out to the left side. Receivers looking for some room, tries to do a cutback lane, but he is met by two different Carrollton defenders and knocked back after a gain of 2.
Yeah, lucky for him, he got the forward progress right there because the ball come out.
Went into the hands there of Tate once again. Brings up third down, another quick third down and 6 upcoming. I believe that might have been Sheldon Corley on that first carry.
Big third down for Garfield right here.
Brooks back to pass, pressure, steps up in the pocket, in and out of the hands of the receiver, and now it's 4th down as the pressure up the middle was from Fernwald again.
Man, and that there's the one you got to have. That ball was placed right where he needed to catch it, and he just runs into the end zone, but in and out of his hands.
It's now 4th down and 6. Ball still sits on the Garfield side of the 50. Given how both defenses have been playing tonight, and it looks like that's what the Rams are going to do, bring out the punt unit. John Bajornis will be back once again for the Warriors. Did not get to return the first punt he saw. Williams, and he looks like he's going to run it on the fake. Williams has some room down the right sideline. He's looking for the first down marker. He's got it, tries a cutback, and he's still in bounds. Now he'll get driven out at about the 32-yard line. A pickup that time of 15.
Yeah, outstanding special teams play right there. He did a nice job. That's one of those plays they have called, and the coach tells him you make the decision. So he has the option to punt it or to keep it, and he ended up keeping it.
Player goes down for the Warriors on their sideline. We'll step aside for this Cush Financial Group timeout.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Brooks in the shotgun. He'll run off to the right side on a read. He gets through the initial contact, still going up towards the 25-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, getting down to the...
They mark him at the 30, as he must have stepped out a little bit earlier than that, so I believe a 9-yard pickup there on first down.
I can't see the scoreboard from where I'm sitting. I'm not sure how much time's left, but it must not be very much because Garfield's trying to go quick.
Just about 3:20 left on the halftime clock. As we were mentioning, guys back in studio will bring you those halftime updates of all the area scores going on. Tune in to 99.9 WTUZ for all the latest. Brooks in the shotgun. He'll read off the left side, and somebody got started early.
Yeah, and just like we said, here we go. They're moving the ball now, and Garfield's down there. It's 2nd down and 1, and now they're going to back it up and make it 7 and 6, or 2nd and 6.
I don't think there's a 7th down last time I checked.
It could be. Stalker Concrete scoreboard update is the Mustangs have scored again. Claymont now leads 20-6 over New Cumberstown.
As I said, there's a cell phone found here at Carrollton High School, and both Shannon and I instinctively looked for our phones.
Yeah, and I'm staring at mine.
And I've been using mine the whole time, too.
That's where the scoreboard's at.
Brooks, shotguns, jet sweep there. Tate looks for room. He's strung out towards the sideline and knocked out of bounds. Not much doing that time. Maybe a gain of 1.5 yards or 2.
Yeah, nice job right there by the Warrior defense to stretch that play out all the way to the sideline, and then you have that sideline as an extra defender.
3rd down and 3 upcoming. They did give him a 3-yard pickup. Another key moment here for this Carrollton defense that so far has been up to the task. And it looks like we've got a timeout. It'll be brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports returns for more following this.
Find your path to success at Buckeye Career Center. Buckeye students earned over 3,000 industry-recognized credentials this past school year, and over 130 students participated in our School to Work program or an internship at a local business. Let us help you get a jump start on your future in a career of landscaping and turf management, pharmacy technician, HVACR, CAD development and design, or any of our over 30 programs. Enroll today for next school year by visiting BuckeyeCareerCenter.org.
Are you a compassionate caregiver looking for a career with purpose? Second Family Home Care and Support Services is now hiring home health aides and STNAs. We offer competitive wages, flex time scheduling, and employment rewards because we believe in supporting the people who support others. Start your journey with a company that truly cares. Visit careers.secondfamily.com to apply today or contact them at 740-462-3152.
Back into the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio. Rams out of this timeout looking to convert a third down, and flags come in. The Carrollton defense looked like they were excited about it, and they are, because a false start will push Garfield back about 5 more.
And you said the last game they had a bunch of false start penalties. That's got to be about, what, number 4 already this game?
I believe so. So now it's third down and 8 upcoming. Carrollton on defense looking for another stand. Rams looking for some points before the halftime break. Shotgun. Brooks turns, hands it off. Williams looks for room, and he is submarined down at the 34-yard line. It was a pickup that time of 3, but brings up fourth down and medium.
Yeah, it looked like Marcus Brooks is the one to come in there and made the tackle.
Kind of go back to that whole MO, or the whole fundamentals of tackling. Went low because we've seen Williams can be a powerful runner up high. Met him down there where the legs couldn't keep churning. Fourth down and 5, a big one. Fake on the sweep. Slant. Out there, completed from Brooks into the hands of the receiver, and another First Federal Community Bank first down.
Yeah, nice job right there on that slant. He got over in front of the defender, made a hard cut right there, and quarterback did a nice job laying it out there in front of him.
12-yard pickup, moves the chains and keeps the drive alive. Tate's third reception. Oh, take it back. Fourth reception, rather. Brooks ready again after getting the play call. Jogs out with Williams in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. And another false start there as the right tackle got started off early. Go back to first.
This Garfield team is they're very dangerous offensively, but they got to fix the mental mistakes.
Clock will roll. 2:10 to go before the halftime break. As a reminder, Carrollton will be receiving the second half kickoff. Brooks in the shotgun. He'll go back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Delivers down the right sideline. Going to be a jump ball up there and battled for defensive back. Knocks it away. And a great defensive play there as he pushed it away from Blair's hands in the back corner of the end zone.
Yeah, nice job by the defensive back right there. As he seen the receiver turn and look back, he knew it was coming, so he turned around and found the ball and made sure he stayed in between them and make sure he knocked it away.
I think that was senior Jonathan Grubbs, the defensive back, who knocked it away. Second down and 15. Brooks will go shotgun again. Motion man from left to right. Brooks fakes it. Steps up. Thought he had room on the left. Now will deliver down the middle of the field. Had a receiver with a step on the defensive back, but just threw it long. Incomplete, brings up third down.
Yeah, and that had a lot to do with the pressure in the pocket because they made him step forward, and he tried to throw it as he was running to his right, and it just kind of went a little further to the right.
More like off the fingertips, so to speak, just sailed. Third down and 15 upcoming.
Another Stalker Concrete score update as Tusky Valley has scored again. They now lead Malvern 13-0 in the second quarter.
Trojans team hungry for their second win this season, trying to do it in enemy territory. Shotgun for Brooks. 2 wide receivers either side of the formation spread. They'll turn. They try to go into the hands of Williams. Miscommunication, and Williams is dropped about 3 or 4 yards back in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered if the quarterback pulled it or if he left it because they both were going to go down right there.
That'll bring up fourth down and 19 upcoming. 1:30 to go here. Interesting, Carrollton has not stopped the clock yet, Shannon.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that they'll come out and probably try to throw right out of the gate, and if they get a big play, then maybe they'll go, and if they don't, they'll probably start kneeling on it.
Rams not going to be in a hurry here.
Couple more Stalker Concrete scoreboard updates. Fairless and Orville are tied at 14 now. And Central Catholic has scored again. TCC leads Federal Hocking 20-0.
3 wide receivers to the right. Brooks in the shotgun, delivers left side of the field. Going to be a jump ball, battled for it, knocked around, and it's in the hands of the Rams receiver for a touchdown. 31 yards as Brooks finds his receiver. In Blair in the corner of the end zone.
Nice job by the wide receiver right there, because the defensive back, instead of trying to knock that ball down, kind of was trying to play it for an interception, and it stayed up in the air. And then the wide receiver did a nice job finding it off the tip and catching it. And that's one of the things you tell your defensive players, you just knock it to the ground. You don't worry about anything else. And it turned into 6 points for Garfield.
6'4" senior receiver hauls it in and puts Garfield up 6-0. Extra point attempt upcoming. That is the momentum swing you wanted if you're a Garfield fan. Extra point is up, and it is going to be through. 7-0. Rams lead. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Gillen Body Shop knows that when their business is needed, it's never planned and it can cause quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for their customers by making sure the work is completed right the first time. Gillen Body Shop has experienced staff that give all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philadelphia. Find them on Facebook.
The Sarchone name has always been known for truck sales. And once you see our inventory, you'll understand why. At Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, you'll find the largest selection of new trucks and SUVs in the area. Shop our inventory at sarchonecdjr.com or stop in and visit us on the corner of Route 30 and Route 94 in Dalton. Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get your own at Sarchone.
It's a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff upcoming as the Garfield Rams strike with under a minute to go in the half to make it a 7-0 ball game. What a throw from Brooks, more patient back there in the pocket, delivered down the sideline. And we said about the height of these Rams receivers could pose problems for the Warriors defenders, and it showed right there.
Well, the height did a little bit, but just his pure focus. I mean, it was a tip drill touchdown, and he kept his eyes on it, was able to locate the ball and come down with it.
Kickoff goes back deep, but will hook to the left side, and that is going to go out of bounds. So good starting field position for Carrollton. 56 seconds on the clock, 3 timeouts still for the Warriors. It's a Carrollton offense that, for the most part, Shannon has really struggled to move the ball overall. They've had a couple bright spots, but right now only sitting at 96 total yards of offense.
Yeah, they got to find a way to put some points on the board here late. I mean, really late in the first half right here. But Coach Hill's not going to take a big gamble. You don't want to give Garfield a shot because Garfield, they don't have a problem airing it down the field. So your quarterback's got to take care of the ball right here and try to get positive yards or just kneel on it and go to half.
They're in the shotgun again as Allison fakes it to Kiko, delivers to the left side, and whistles will blow the play dead. I believe somebody probably got started early. Flag came in from the far sideline.
Yeah, and big number 66 out here for the Warriors. He just kind of picked his guy up and chucked him across the field and felt bad for the young man from Garfield. Because
considering it was a play being blown dead.
I think he kind of gave up on the play, but the whistle was late.
That was Tucker Burgett, the senior 6'5", 255 lineman. Warriors break the huddle again. They'll go 2 wide, 2 by 2 either side. In the shotgun, Allison has Kiko to the left. Goes back to pass, straight drop, delivers towards the sideline. That's into the hands there of his receiver in Bajornas as he is ridden out of bounds. A pickup that time will put them back in more second and manageable.
Yeah, you got to watch. Some of these Garfield defensive backs are playing in kind of tight. You might be able to do a double move right here off the get-go. Maybe lay one out there deep to see if you can convert it. But nice job right there. Picked up, about 7 yards on it, 8 yards on that to get, back to second down and got out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Warriors will have they did rule him out of bounds, so the clock did stop. Bajornas, his first reception today. Seen him back there on a couple of punts. Allison's in the shotgun. Straight drop, pressure off the right side, delivers down the field. Battle for it into the hands of the defender as it was knocked back right towards him. And a nice heads-up play on the tip drill. Give the Rams the ball again.
Yeah, nice interception right there. The ball was behind him a little bit, and he stayed with it as they broke it up.
Sophomore Warren Lockett is the one who hauls it in. Or, pardon me, it is Warren Lockett with the interception. Allison's first big mistake tonight.
And that's huge right there because we know Garfield, they can air it out. They got speed, and the quarterback's got a nice arm on him, so they can make something happen real quick here.
We've seen a couple throws from Allison today trying to go down the field, have trailed behind the receivers. There was a flag on Carrollton, but it was declined. So 42 seconds to go, one timeout for the Rams, definitely in striking distance at midfield on the Big Black Sea here from Warrior Stadium. Brooks in the shotgun, one running back to his right. They'll go 2-by-2 on either side. Motion man from left to right. Brooks fakes to him and a flag, and somebody got started early again. Flag came in from the Carrollton sideline. Would imagine it was one of the receivers lined up right in front of the side judge.
Yeah, I'm not sure what total penalties are in this game so far, but it's been a lot.
I have not been tracking that, so I'm not sure. Both sides have had their fair share of mistakes tonight.
And the majority of them have been false starts.
Brooks in the shotgun, same formation. He'll go back to pass on a straight drop, delivers left side into the hands of the receiver, who will look for room in a cutback lane, comes to the middle of the field, and he is taken down at the 45-yard line. Just a pickup of 3 that time.
Yeah, and he had the opportunity to run out of bounds and stop the clock, and he stayed out of bounds, and they're not going to call a timeout right here.
So the 3-yard pickup would make it second and much more manageable, but with 15 seconds to go, looks like both sides are going to be all right with taking us to the halftime break, but the Rams are trying to rush it up here to the line for one final snap. Brooks is going to go back to pass. He'll step up, pressure, still looking for room. Steps back, delivers towards the sideline into the hands of the receiver, now looking for room, and is taken down from behind. It was Jordan Spalding who made that reception up to the 40. Nice pickup there of 15, and that will do it for our first half of action. 7-0, the Rams lead on what's been a defensive battle from the start. However, Garfield breaks through with a minute to go in that first half. That could be a very crucial touchdown, Shannon.
Yeah, Garfield does a real nice job moving the ball. They just got to clean up those penalties. A lot of false starts right there, but that touchdown late right there in the first half is key for them. And Carrollton will have a shot right here as they get the ball, after half, and they're going to have to put a drive together because we already see that Garfield can move the ball if they want.
It is your First National Bank of Denison halftime report. Stick with us because when we return, we'll bring you a breakdown of how that first half went and give you some insights heading into the final 2 quarters here from Carrollton High School. Big Z Sports will return to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel following this.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athlete has the best gear for the sports they play. Dumont's has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing as well as embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and for all your apparel needs, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov
or go to empowertusk.com.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
At Hartsford's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Hartsford's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
At First Federal Community Bank, investing in our community isn't just a slogan. It's how we do business each and every day. I'm Corey Parker, mobile mortgage lender, and our goal is to empower your financial well-being and build a lasting relationship with you, your family, and your business. We're here to assist you every step of the way, from checking and savings accounts to mortgages and commercial loans. First Federal Community Bank, serving your banking needs in Dover, New Philadelphia, Yorksville, Sugar Creek, Berlin, and Mount Hope. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1810696.
Welcome in to the First National Bank of Denison halftime report. 7-0. Garfield leads Carrollton. A game that realistically has been nothing but a defensive struggle back and forth. Both teams kind of an equal footing here in terms of total yardage. I believe 142 yards. 142 yards for Carrollton, 104 yards for Carrollton, 142 yards for Garfield. It was the Rams who broke through for a score there late in that first half, as going down the field for a 31-yard strike. It was Jawayne Brooks into the hands of his big wide receiver in Zillion Blair, who just kind of bodied the defensive back out of the way. And again, Shannon, that was something we said in that pregame period. This is a situation where you got really big wide receivers out there, those jump balls, you got to have perfect positioning.
Yeah, that's what it looks like it's going to take in this game. It's going to take a big play with a little bit of luck, because both of these defenses have come to play. Carrollton was in position right there to keep that touchdown from happening. All he had to do was knock the ball to the ground, but it just kind of got tipped around. And I think with two defenders there and an offensive guy, it just turned into a battle of the ball, and the wide receiver ended up finding it. And it just somehow you got to be able to take mistakes and turn it into points, and neither team has been able to do that yet. They both have had a couple turnovers, They couldn't turn those into points, but then a play like that right there is what gets you on the board. So nice job by Garfield.
Yeah, those turnovers that you were talking about, it was for Carrollton, Gabe Fernwald, who recovered a fumble. The Rams on a jet sweep never really quite had it secured, kicked into the defensive lineman's hands. As for Carrollton, their turnover, not including the turnover on downs, came by way of a Hunter Allison interception there right before halftime, which that's an interception you can deal with because you're trying to push the ball down the field and drive the length of the field with a minute left to go, so that's understandable. But there have been opportunities there because we've seen Allison a little bit short on his throws here tonight. There's been some moments where defensive backs have had chances. It's actually been the Carrollton receivers who have had to play defense to keep it away from their hands. Could be potentially a little bit worse if you are the Warriors. Sitting here 7-0, you're getting the ball to start off the second half. I don't think there's any reason to panic. You just got to find a way to move the ball.
Yeah, and both coaches have come out and said, hey, you know what, we're going to throw the ball. And they've done an outstanding job tonight. Like you said, the defensive backs have stepped up. The defensive lines have brought pressure. And then there's also been some passes that's just kind of been dropped. And a couple passes, the receiver kind of takes his eyes off the ball for a second and looking
up
upfield.
the field. Yep.
And that's you got to secure those. When you come down to a game like this where every little yard's going to matter, those mistakes can happen. And right now both coaches are probably talking more about the penalties because there's been a lot of mistakes on both teams tonight as far as penalties.
Well, something else of note here, Carrollton has tried to pass the ball 15 times tonight. They have run the ball 8 times, only combined for 23 yards across 2 ball carriers. That's a little bit of a worrying situation if you're Carrollton. You want to be able to move the ball down the field on the ground because otherwise you got to keep the defense honest, right?
Yeah, and Carrollton usually is a pretty good team at being 50-50, and right now they're more towards the pass. What they do a very good job at is with that play fake and the slanting routes off of that play fake up until that turnover. I can't remember if there was a play fake on that turnover or not. There might not have been. So it's just they got to continue with those solid play fakes, and then every once in a while stick one in there, and just let it go and see what happens.
Yeah, simple as that, really. On top of that, they've had some success in the passing game on those settle routes where the receiver goes down the field and just kind of breaks off from the defender, sits back, waits, and there he is. He's been open a couple of times. So we'll see if Carrollton can keep some of those things strung together, add on a few more things to get the offense moving. I don't think defensively you have much to worry about. Yes, you had the jump ball touchdown. Overall, your defense has been there. It's been creating some pressure. It's been pretty solid tackling. We saw a play or two where a runner for the Rams really broke free. But overall, they have getting 11 hats to the ball. They are containing things. You've only given up 7 points. You've only given up 140 yards. The defensive MO, I think, is working right now.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. Like I said, their issue is going to be on the offensive side. Now on the other side of the ball with Garfield. Garfield at times has been able to move the ball at will until they get inside the red zone. Well, their coaching staff's going to have to figure out when we get inside the red zone and that field shortens up, we got to find a way. We got to go into our bag of tricks here. Not really tricks, but we got to find a different way to move the ball because down there the Warrior defense tends to step up, and like you said, they bend but they don't break, and they got to clean up the penalties because they'll go 25 yards forward and then go 15 yards backwards, and it's just so hard for them.
Before we take a break here in your First National Bank of Denison halftime report, always a fun night around high schools because it looks like it's alumni night here for the band.
Yeah, and I know all about alumni night because my wife, who graduated from Strasburg, she's been practicing her trumpet because she's going to march in the alumni band here in a few weeks with the Strasburg Tigers. And it's always great to see these people who are in the band still have the love for it. And they put in some practice, so they come out here and they're going to practice with the marching band.
Well, stick with us because when we return with your First National Bank of Denison halftime report, we've got more of a breakdown of how that first half went and some insights heading into the second half, maybe even what we think maybe head coach Storm Hill is talking about there in the locker room with the Warriors. Rams lead the Warriors 7-0 on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Back after this.
Is there anything better than high school sports? Hi, this is Pat Ferris of Ferris Chevrolet Buick and Toyota. High school sports bring out the best in our schools and in our communities, and the people at Ferris have always believed in the importance of athletics and academics. Just like we believe in the great cars and trucks we sell and service every day, like high school sports, we're a great tradition in this area. Ferris, on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Is your vehicle banged up? Do you want fast professional service to get back on the road? Impact Collision offers 2 locations, Newcomerstown and Strasburg, to help you out. Whether you need auto glass repair, paintless dent repair, assistance with warranty and insurance, or just need a free estimate, Impact Collision has you covered. So the next time you need a repair, visit Impact Collision online at mpactcollision.com and start your free estimate and learn all about what Impact Collision can do for you.
If you're planning a major concrete project, you need the help of Stocker Concrete Company. From precast concrete products to ready-mix concrete, sand, gravel, limestone, and concrete block, the professionals at Stocker Concrete can help you get started and keep you on the path to completion using the best materials you can find. Stocker Concrete is the concrete material provider you can count on. See them at 7574 Route 36, Janaden-Hutton, or call 740-254-4626.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
The certified public accountants at Niedenthal & Company believe in the value of relationships. Niedenthal & Company has been in business for over 50 years in your community, helping individuals and businesses grow. Niedenthal & Company can help manage and prepare your payroll, plan your estate, and prepare your business and personal income taxes. Stop into the Niedenthal facility on North Worcester Avenue in Dover and become a valued client today. Top Notch Auto on East Plum Alley in Janaden. Your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, offering experienced staff that can handle just what you need to keep your vehicle running at its best. Top Notch Auto specializes in diagnostics with state-of-the-art diagnostics equipment. Whether your vehicle needs regular maintenance or major repairs, Top Notch Auto can handle all your vehicle needs. They also offer a large selection of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, and Cooper, just to name a few. Find Top Notch Auto LLC on Facebook.
Cush Financial Group has been proudly serving the community's financial needs for over 35 years. The team at Cush Financial follows an industry-leading service model with a unique approach and fiduciary responsibilities associated with their board-certified financial planner. With over 75 years of combined experience, the advisors at Cush Financial Group are here to help you achieve your financial goals. Contact their office at 330-308-8700 or visit their website at cushfinancial.com to see about scheduling your free consultation today. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Independence Capital Company Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC.
Jeff Wallach, LLC, is a family-owned and operated company proudly serving greater Northeast Ohio and surrounding communities for over 25 years. We specialize in vinyl siding, replacement windows and doors, gutters, downspouts, and much more. We provide quality service regardless of the size or scope of the project. Our crews are reliable, respectful, and mindful of a safe work environment. Jeff Wallach, LLC is certified by the Better Business Bureau. Call today and discover how we can assist you in making your vision a reality.
It is the First National Bank of Denison halftime report, and our mistake. Middle school band night, not alumni band night.
No, we just seen a bunch of people.
We saw extra people.
I seen people in jeans and T-shirts, and we just assumed. And sometimes you assume get you in trouble. But outstanding job as they're out there playing "Hang On, Sloopy" by what the Ohio State band is famous for. Mm-hmm. But outstanding job there. So
I sang this a few times down in Columbus.
I'm sure you did. and we'll take a quick look at our Ferris Chevrolet scoreboard update from around the area. Clemence leads Newcomerstown 20-6 in the second quarter.
How about Braylon Mullen with a 43-yard touchdown run? He's more of your short yardage runner. 43 yards, though. The young man can still rumble.
Yeah, they had a big pass play from McMorrow to Jenks. I think was about 65 yards. And like you said, Mullen, who's your short yardage guy, goes for a 43-yard run, and that game is at half now. And Newcomerstown, and Searcy, who's your speed guy, has the 4-yard touchdown. So the Mustangs kind of flipped it right there. But like I said, Clemence leads 20-6 over Newcomerstown at the half. Ashland leads Dover 21-7 in the second quarter. Mansfield Senior leads New Philadelphia 12-7 in the second quarter. Strasburg up big on Sandy Valley 35-0 at the half, and McVeigh for the Tigers is having an outstanding game as he has 4 TD runs.
Yes, four touchdown runs.
78
and a receiving touchdown apparently too.
Yeah, I believe the receiving one might be the 78-yarder, but I'm not sure. But anyhow, Indian Valley all over Buckeye Trail at the half. So the Braves come out back after a week off, and they're up 54-8 at the half. And Girard leads Garraway 35-0 at the half.
Another battle of the undefeateds. Ridgewood up on East Canton from West Lafayette, 14-0. Logan Wentz, a pair of touchdown runs. That's a name we've been calling a lot lately.
And I'll tell you what, I got to take my hat off to East Canton right now to be down only 14-0 to Ridgewood at the half.
In West Lafayette,
that's even though right now you're losing, that's kind of a win for your team going into half, and you got something to tell these boys. Like, listen, we can play with these guys.
Connaughton Valley handling Brownsville, PA over in Pennsylvania, 26-0 at the half. It is Caden Liggett to Gavin Haney with a 50-yard touchdown pass. Cam Wright has a pair of touchdown receptions as well. At the half, Fairless going toe-to-toe with Orville, 14-all right now in Red Rider country.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother Keith, which I got to tell him happy birthday. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Keith.
And he's out working for Big Z Sports up at the Girard and Garraway game. But we were talking earlier this week, and he's like, I'm telling you, that Orville Fairless is going to be a football game, and here they sit 14-14 at the half.
Tusky Valley, Blank and Malvern right now at the half, 13-0. Elijah Levengood, the freshman, another touchdown run. We just saw him do that last week. Elsewhere, TCC all over Federal Hocking at home, 26-0. Nicholas Secchi with a 3-yard touchdown run. Grady Stein a 4-yard touchdown run. Lasecki added another touchdown run as well. And finally, Harrison Central up 3 scores on Akron North. And it's the Huskies pitching a shutout from Cadiz right now, 21-0. As a look at your scoreboard update, stick around with us. Coming back in a few minutes, we got the second half of action on the way on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Carrollton trails Garfield 7-0. Don't go anywhere. More high school sports is back with Big Z Sports following this.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
Are you ready to make a difference in a young person's life? Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio has 88 children waiting for a mentor. As a mentor, you will spend as little as 4 hours a month with your little, guiding them, listening, and helping them discover their full potential. Your time and your kindness can change the course of their future. By becoming a Big, you're not just volunteering, you're defending the potential of a child, giving them an opportunity to dream big and reach higher. Visit www.bigs4kids.com to sign up and help us make sure that no child has to wait. Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Ohio. Defend the potential and become a Big today.
Lindsay Adams State Farm takes pride in customer service, community involvement, and their professional knowledge in the products and services offered, providing protection to their customers in more ways than just their auto insurance by protecting you from encountering any unexpected occurrences, including your auto, home, income, and the loss of a loved one. At Lindsay Adams State Farm, you're more than a customer, you're part of their family. Learn more about what Lindsay and her agents can do for you by visiting lindsayadamsf.com. Ron's Heating and Cooling in Denison has been serving this great area since 1977. At Ron's, no matter what you need, they can handle it. From heating and cooling to standby Generac generators, water heaters, tankless water heaters, mobile home equipment, duct cleaning, and 24-hour no-heat service. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call 740-922-5252. Ron's Heating and Cooling proudly supports high school sports and would like to wish best of luck to all local athletes participating this season.
PAC Drilling, a family-owned and operated company since 2005 in Bolivar, takes pride in being an economic oil and gas drilling company. PAC's objective is to contribute to American energy independence through profitable development, operation, and marketing of oil and natural gas wells. PAC also employs operating technicians to oversee each and every well drilled to maximize its productivity and longevity. Contact PAC Drilling at pacdrilling.com.
Hey, other guys' insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm Crystal, General Manager at Loudon Motors Ford. I invite you to stop in and feel the difference of shopping for your next vehicle with our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff, or the personal touch that you will receive from one of the last family-owned and operated dealerships for nearly 100 years. So my question for you is, when will you experience the crystal clear and Loudon Clear Advantage right here in sunny Minerva, Ohio?
Technology shouldn't slow us down. It should move us forward. At LodgeVision Technologies, we've been helping local businesses for over 12 years on US 62 in Winesburg, solving tech problems and making everyday operations easier. And we're here with custom IT solutions that just simply work. At LodgeVision, it's people first. That means service with integrity, professionalism, and genuine care. Call 330-234-5025 for your free consultation today. LodgeVision Technologies, local IT, real solutions, people first.
Coming out of the First National Bank of Denison halftime report as the clock ticking down here on halftime. The Garfield Rams leading 7-0 over those Carrollton Warriors here at home. And Shannon, this game has kind of lived up to what we expected. We expected it to be a tight, gritty battle. Right now the Rams with the advantage. Overall, though, I'd say anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, it's anyone's game. And, our sideline guy, Zeb Troyer, he's kind of had a easy night when it comes as far as scoring plays tonight because he's not been very busy on the scoring plays.
He walked up here and looked at us and said, well, and just kind of put his hands up in the air. Hopefully Zeb's going to be a lot more busy here in the second half. Reminder, Carrollton does receive this second half kickoff that's going to be upcoming, a Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff. If you are this Carrollton team, we already mentioned, just crossed 100 yards there at the end of that first half. So that's been your biggest problem, moving the ball right now. What do you think Coach Storm Hill had to talk to him about in trying to correct that?
I think the biggest thing is his quarterback's got to get a little bit more precise with the ball. Like I said, there was a lot of passes that were either low or kind of behind him. And the offensive line's got to kind of win the trenches on the running game. They haven't had much success running the ball. Garfield's done a nice job getting a little bit of penetration, making them drag it out, and just kind of kept the running game at bay right now.
Well, we will have to wait and see what this second half has in store for us as both teams appear ready to go. Rams going to be teeing it up to kick off to start off this second half with that one-score advantage. Two men back deep for Carrollton. Line drive kick will hook towards the left side, and it's going to go into the hands of an up man who will drop down to an E, and will settle right there to start things off at the 27-yard line. Carrollton comes back out. Senior quarterback Hunter Allison looking to lead things here for those Warriors. And overall, Allison, he's had some real bright spots. He's hung in the pocket. He's done well. He's moved the pocket when he's had to, but it's been a little bit short on some of the throws, which has been a bit concerning.
Yeah, you got to remember Allison. He's a senior, but he's had to sit.
And actually, Allison is on the sideline. Looks like they brought Isaac Husted in with the play call. And they're going to go under center, back to the old power I, something we've seen from Carrollton in years past. They'll give it to one of the up men as a fullback, and he did not get much room, maybe a yard, as he will drop down right there.
Yeah, and like you said, that's one thing Garfield has done good tonight. They've won the trenches on that running game right there, and they won it right there.
I believe that might have been Hayden Thomas who was the ball carrier. Not entirely sure, couldn't quite see.
We've seen Allison take a big hit there late in the second quarter, and I wonder if he's having some effects from that. Hopefully that young man's all right, and like I said, it's nice to have Husted. He's going to roll out right now to his right.
Husted looking for room, delivers down the field. Going to be a jump ball, left it well short as it goes into the hands of a Rams defender. He will get ripped down along the sideline at the 43-yard line. Disaster there for the Warriors as Husted left it way short.
Yeah, I think it was the right play call. He had the receiver out there. He did a nice job on the bootleg area. He got out there, and like I said, when you're not the one that throws the ball, all the time, sometimes you don't know, how hard you need to throw it.
Well, we were saying keeping the mistakes limited into the second half was going to be key, but not the start that Carrollton wanted as they give the ball right back to the Rams.
Hey, if you're Garfield right now, the way he was moving the ball there in the second quarter, I think you come out right now and you just go right after him.
Shotgun for Brooks, 2-by-2. One running back off to his right side. Motion man from left to right. Fake the sweep. Brooks steps up, delivers it down the field, and in and out of the hands of the receiver as he had nothing but green grass in front of him, but it's out of his fingertips.
Yeah, that was a nice pass right there. He put it right where he needed to. He hit him in stride, and he just lost concentration there for a second.
2nd down and 10 upcoming. Would have been a home run shot to start things off here in the second half, and that would have been exactly what the Rams would have wanted. We'll see where they go from here on offense as Brooks gets the shotgun again. Same formation. Edge rusher coming in, and somebody got started early. Running back came through, and I believe it might have been Spaulding.
Looks like it might be on Carrollton.
Might have lined up offside or jumped offsides. I believe there was a blitzer coming off the edge. Not sure if it was Javen Johnson or who it was, but I think that might be who they said the guilty party was.
Yeah, so that works out good for Garfield right there. They pick up some five easy yards.
So 2nd down and 5 upcoming. They'll go 2-by-2 again. Brooks will have a running back off his left side. Motion man now swings in the backfield, and again somebody started moving early, so wipe the offsides off the board.
Yeah, now it's Garfield, so now they're going to move it back.
We'll go back to 2nd down and 10. That has been the problem for both these sides. A lot of mistakes. A lot of those mental mistakes, as you mentioned, Shannon.
Yeah, it's just mentally, those are mistakes that you can't be making. I mean, you're varsity football players now. It's going to happen from time to time, but the amount of times either team has got a false start tonight has just been unbelievable.
In the shotgun, motion man from left to right. Brooks takes the snap, straight drop, delivers right side on the comeback route. Defender is right there and will wrestle him down after a minimal pickup there on the reception.
Yeah, and he's not going to get no pickup. It's going right back to where it was because he turned and he ran back to that spot before he got tackled, so he wasn't going to get forward progress from where he caught it. He ran back to the line of scrimmage before he got tackled, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
It was Javon Jackson, his first reception, no gain. Brooks gets the play call, ready to go in the shotgun again. 3 wide receivers now spread left. Brooks steps up in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to the left side, now looks right, delivers to the middle of the field. Receiver is there, and it's overthrown over his head, incomplete.
Yeah, he had to rush that pass, and he took a hit, but good sportsmanship by the Carrollton defender. As he hit him, he kind of pulled up at the same time, and he kept him from going to the ground. So, nice sportsmanship right there on the Warrior defensive player.
Looks like the Rams will take their punt team out onto the field. That is one thing that Carrollton has been able to do tonight with somewhat regularity. They have had some pressure in the pocket of Brooks.
Yeah, and they do a lot of that with just 3 down linemen.
Looks like nobody's going to go back deep here for Carrollton.
Well, after that fake punt the last time, I'm sure they got a spy on the punter.
There's Williams. He will look for room, and now he'll step into it and punt it off to the right side. That's going back about the 10-yard line. It will check up, and it will curve towards the 5. Still rolling backwards. Now we'll take a Carrollton roll, and it will go up to the 7-yard line. So a nice punt there from Williams. You saw it. He was looking down the field. He's one of those punters who will look if there's any open room. But then if there's obviously nothing doing, he'll just boot it deep.
I'll tell you what, he's coached up good because he had that ball held to where if he wanted, he could have pulled up and threw a pass right there. The only issue is I think a couple of offensive linemen got started down the field, and that might have bit him if he would have decided to throw. So that's one of those things that's the right idea, but you kind of got to watch everybody else around you. But either way, man, he got a nice punt down there, and now Carrollton's got to go a long way.
Those big boys like to get started off early or get down the field quickly.
It takes us a little longer to get to where we got to go.
Shotgun for Allison. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Tight end in the formation on the left side. Nearly a jump there, and it was as a Garfield lineman comes across the line.
Yeah, the lineman jumped, and he had a linebacker who just about went with him.
Gives Carrollton a little bit more breathing room. Warriors trail 7-0. 10:10 on the third quarter clock. An absolutely beautiful night here from Carrollton. Today's presentation brought to you in part by Right Mark Roofing, your commercial flat roof specialist. Normally we say when we talk about Right Mark about rainfall for the protection of that. I'm assuming over time the sun will wear on one of those flat roofs.
The sun will eat those rubber roofs up quick.
In the shotgun, Allison turns, gives it off to Kiko as he has a cutback lane up the middle. He is submarine down, though. A minimal gain there, maybe give him 2. Not a lot of running lanes so far for Levi Kiko tonight. They did officially give him 3, so 2nd down and 2 upcoming. Kiko now 6 carries for 13 yards.
It's not a real good average.
Allison in the shotgun again. Tight end and Johnson on the right side of the line. Snap goes back. Allison, play fake, delivers. There is a nice little pitch and catch out to the left to Brooks, who has it as he is slung out of bounds and will go down at the 23-yard line. Pick up that time of 9, moving the sticks. A First Federal Community Bank first down.
Yeah, I was trying to see who the blocker was out there in front of him. He was trying to take on 3 defenders right there, and he did a nice job just kind of getting in the way.
It's the biggest thing you're taught to do, right? If you can engage one and get in the way of the other 2, you're doing your job right.
And he did it, and like I said, they got some good breathing room now.
It was a 9-yard pickup, first reception for the senior tight end in Brooks, junior tight end rather. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left, tight end on the right side of the line again. Allison's in the backfield with a running back in the shotgun. He'll turn and give it to him. Kiko looks for room, a stiff arm now into the second level. Defensive back is there trying to rip the ball away, and a linebacker comes in and polishes off the play. Still up to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 6.
Yeah, he did a nice job right there. They had to look like the right tackle come through, pulling to the left side, and kind of opened the hole up a little bit for him.
That was Kiko's longest rush of the night. Going for 6.
Trying to get that average up a little bit.
Warriors break the huddle. Allison, same formation. Tight end will go even with the line this time. Johnson motions in towards the backfield. Handoff. Kiko up the middle. Grabbed almost immediately and swallowed at the 29. And he did not go anywhere. Maybe a half yard brings up 3rd down.
Going to be a big 3rd down right here. Looks like they gave him 1 yard right there. They're going to move him up to the 30.
3rd down and 3 on the way. I want to give a big thanks to the Claxon Communications crew for all their hard work, as always, bringing you all of this live stream coverage on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Casey Claxon and crew always doing a fantastic job. They're working quite a bit with us tonight. 3 different live streams going on.
Yeah, outstanding company, and great to be partners with them.
Allison in the shotgun. They'll split 3 wide to the right. Delivers up the middle of the field on the slant route, and it's knocked away by the defender as the Carrollton receiver can't haul it in. 4th down upcoming, trying to go into the hands of Bajornes, but he couldn't quite corral it.
Yeah, I think it was there. I just 3 defenders in there, this and that, and I don't know if they jarred it loose or what happened right there. But like I said, he had to go down low to kind of make it, and it was just one of those bang-bang plays.
Punt time again for Carrollton as they are back on their own 30-yard line. Definitely feeling a bit too deep to be trying to think about any trickeration here. Jaden Murphy will be your punter. Snap goes back a little high, but Murphy corrals it and puts his right foot into it. Kind of a sideways spinning punt there. It's going to roll back, and it's going to take a Garfield roll and then be down at the 48-yard line of Garfield. So a net of about a 20-yard punt there for Murphy. They do mark him at the 49-yard line. Rams coming back out on offense. Brooks so far in this game, Shannon, has been on the money for a couple of these throws. He's had a couple deep balls that have just been a little bit long. If he would have connected on a few of those, this might be a very different ball game.
Yeah, like I said, he's got a nice deep ball, and a couple of them he's laid on the money. And at the end of the day, the receiver's got to help him out a little bit.
Rams in the shotgun, the motion man in the backfield. Free blitzer off the side, and Johnson is there, and he'll pull him down after a 2-yard pickup as the running back kind of reversed field, went the other way. Heads-up play there as it ended up being a positive gain.
Yeah, defense did a nice job right there, catching him from behind.
Spalding's 2nd carry of the game. And both teams heading towards the sidelines here. And it looks like we have a scoreboard malfunction, Shannon, because the scoreboard has gone off. Might be a bit of a problem. And we're back. Administrative timeout for that. Somebody hit the big red button they weren't supposed to.
I don't know, it wasn't me.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
So far tonight, the Rams' bread and butter for the most part. They've actually kind of distributed it around pretty well with the passing and rushing game to this point. Brooks, right now the lone touchdown of the game, hooking up with Blair for that 31-yard touchdown reception. And we're still awaiting, I believe it's a clock reset issue that's going on now. And both teams making their way back on the field, so must have got that figured out. It'll be 6:50 on the clock. Other games going on, as we mentioned, other live streams going on our YouTube channel. New Philadelphia is up taking on Mansfield Senior. That was a tight ball game last time we checked. Claymont Mustangs, New Cumberstown Trojans from Lee Stadium. Also being live streamed over at WJER 100.9 FM. It is Dover up in Ashland right now. That New Cumberstown Claymont game can also be heard at 99.9 WTUZ. Officials still trying to get it straightened away. I kept wondering what I was seeing go across the track, Shannon, but the student section here at Carrollton, somebody's got bubbles down there.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll give you a quick Ferris Chevrolet scoreboard update as the scoreboard here is being worked on. Claymont leads New Cumberstown 20-6 at the half. Ashland leads Dover 28-7 at the half. Mansfield 12-7 at the half. Strasburg 35, Sandy Valley 0 at the half. Indian Valley 54, Buckeye Trail 8 at the half, and our scoreboard works, and we'll go back to that.
In the shotgun, it's Brooks again. Clock now rolls, and somebody moved. I think a Carrollton defensive lineman came across.
So we'll give you a couple more scoreboard updates then, as Garraway trails Girard 35-0 at the half.
Unbelievable. We knew that was a tough Girard team, but my goodness.
Yeah, and I believe Girard gets a second half kickoff, so that could be a disaster for the Pirates. Ridgewood 14, East Canton 0 at the half. Conotton Valley 34, Brownsville PA 0 in the third quarter. Orville Fairless tied at 14 at the half. Tusky Valley 13, Malvern 0 at the half. TCC 33, Federal Hawkins 6.
And Javen Johnson now jumps for the Warriors, and it looks like a hard count or something that the Rams are doing. It's getting the Warriors to bite, and now that'll give them a First Federal Community Bank first down. Back to that scoreboard update you had, Shannon. What a great story there for the TCC Saints right now. Big-time lead for them. Still got to finish off the job, of course, but love to see the Saints capture another victory.
Yeah, and the last one, Harrison Central 28, Akron North 0.
Brooks, direct read, bounces to the right side. He looks for room as he goes down in the middle of the defense, and he will fall at about the 33-yard line. Pick up that time of 6.
Yeah, just Carrollton right there, just undisciplined is what you want to call that. Just
back-to-back jumps, obviously.
Yeah, you know, not to be paying attention to the ball. You're taught when you're on defense. You don't listen to the count. When you're on the defensive line, you look at the football.
Look at the football and go when it's not there anymore, pretty much. In the shotgun, Brooks has a running back to his left side, 2-by-2 again. Motion man from left to right will go in tight on the line. Settles in as a tight end. Now motion from right to left. In the hands of Tate on a sweep. He'll look for room. Gets past the first tackler. Now a cutback. He stiff arms a man at the 26. Still reversing field. He's got nothing but green grass on the right side. Picks up 2 blocks. He's at the 20. Now the 15. And he will get tripped up at the 10-yard line as he will go down there. And a nice pickup there, a 23, as Tate danced around, completely reversed field, and made about everybody on the Carrollton defense miss.
You know, nice job by Tate. He had a big gain right there, and I kind of wonder what the coaches in the box next to us thought when he reversed field, because he gained all that yards, and then he ran backwards about 6 yards to come back this way. But at the end of the day, he knew what he was doing, because it turned into a big gain for that young man, and he's got him down to, about the 10-yard line.
The good old-fashioned no, yes play. Back in the Jeff Wallach LLC red zone.
So it's exactly 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Brooks in the shotgun, motions Tate into the backfield. They'll fake to him. Brooks straight up the gut, gets behind one of his blockers, falls forward, and a nice 5-yard pickup on first down. He cuts the distance to go in half.
Yeah, just a nice, strong power run right there. Got behind his offensive line. They found the hole, pushed forward 5 yards.
Also, we noticed here on the sideline for Carrollton, Hunter Allison back up off the bench warming up again. Did not see him in that first offensive series for the Warriors. Brooks in the shotgun again. They will bunch everything up close to the line with 2 wide receivers either side. Brooks looks up the middle for the pass, throws it, and wide open in the back of the end zone along the back line. Didn't even see the receiver there, but he hauls it in, a 5-yard touchdown reception. What a job there by Brooks, being patient, going through his progressions, and he finds Kamari Brady in the back of the end zone.
Actually, it might have been number 2. I thought.
My bad. It would be Blair then in the back of the end zone hauling it in.
Yeah, the wide receiver did a nice job right there. As everybody was going across the field, the defensive back kind of got ahead of him, and he just stopped and found the hole. A nice job by Brooks right there to look over there and find him.
Extra point attempt upcoming. Rams now lead 13-0. Into it, it's up, and it will doink off the left upright. So 13-0 will be where the lead stands. Stay tuned. Big Z Sports is back after this Cush Financial Group timeout.
Spring and summer bring big events, graduations, yard sales, and tournaments. The Educational Service Center Print Center is your go-to for sponsor banners, yard signs, and custom graduation packages with invitations, envelopes, and thank you cards. And when it's time for sports, the ECO Center in St. Clairsville is the perfect venue for AAU and JO tournaments. With spacious seating, plenty of parking, and easy access to hotels and restaurants, it's your one-stop arena for wrestling, cheer, and more. Plan your next event with us on the court or in print. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio. Big Z Sports bringing you this play-by-play coverage on our YouTube channel. Get subscribed today. 13-0. The Garfield Rams lead the Carrollton Warriors. Another cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff goes straight up the middle. It'll go back now and into the hands of the returner for the Warriors. He'll look for room on the right side, and he'll get up across the 30, maybe to the 33-yard line. Nice return there for the Warriors. Will set him up in solid field position. Coming back onto the field, Hunter Allison looks like he's going to check back in for the Warriors at quarterback. Isaac Husted in relief was in there for a few plays and was picked off, setting up that Garfield score. Shannon 13-0, definitely not out of reach, but only 3:44 to go here in the third. And right now, if you're the Warriors, do you start diving into the bag of tricks? A lot of the standard stuff you've been running this season, not really getting the job done.
Yeah, they got to find a way to move the ball this drive. You got to get out there and try to get some points out of this. If it just only gets harder as that clock goes down.
They'll spread 3 wide to the left. Now the running back will motion the backfield. Allison with a swing pass into his hands. So look for room. Cutback lane. Met hard at the 35. Maybe goes down at the 36. That time it was Ryan Barnett, the sophomore out of the backfield, who made that reception.
Yeah, nice job right there by the Rams defense. They were able to string that play out a little bit, get enough hats over there, and was able to match one up on every blocker and get a stop after a couple yards.
That has been basically the entire game from the Rams to this point. They have been quick to the ball, really not given any form of lane so far to any of these Warriors, either ball carriers or receivers. And there's another example of it, straight up the gut. Maybe a gain of 2 yards on forward progress, but then driven straight back on the run from Kiko.
Yeah, like I said, they continue to win the trenches on the running game right now. And not sure if you ought to maybe try a little fake dive inside and maybe do a little bootleg out with your quarterback to see if he can make something happen. But right now, the Rams defense is reading their keys, and the defensive line and the linebackers are doing their job.
3rd down and 6 upcoming. Ball sits at the 37 of Carrollton. 2.5 to go in the third. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left, tight end on the right side of the line. Kiko, right hip of Allison in the shotgun. He'll roll to the right side. He'll look for room, delivers towards the sideline, and it's well past the hands of Murphy, incomplete. 4th down upcoming for the Warriors.
Yeah, and that's not good right there. Quick, that was a quick 3 and out right now, and now your defense, who played very solid in the first half, has got to come back and find a way to stop this Garfield offense.
Punter will be Murphy going back for, for the Warriors. One man back for Garfield. High snap corralled by Murphy. There's pressure, but he will get the punt away. Kind of a wobbly punt again as it will go back, falls near a Garfield returner, but it will roll and go towards the sideline and out of bounds at the 32. So Murphy gets his job done and will put the Rams back at their own 32-yard line. But right now this is a Carrollton defense, Shannon, that I'm sure is feeling a little bit winded right now. That was not a long time that they got to be on the sideline.
No, not very long, especially for the guys that got to play both ways as fast as that Garfield offense likes to play. And then your defense, doesn't get a break.
Allison has struggled tonight, 8 for 19 for 93 yards. Rams ready again. They'll spread it out wide on the left. 3 wide receivers spread out. Brooks in the shotgun. Both these teams have stayed the vast majority in the shotgun so far tonight. There's a handoff. Lineman breaks through, and Johnson nowhere to go, and he is pulled down at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that play all started with, like you said, Johnson got in there, got him wrapped up, got him spun around just as he thought he was going to break away and get some yards. Ryan Kennedy come in, number 53, and was able to finish him off right there. A lot of work and only a 1-yard loss.
Brandon Williams was the ball carrier, his 6th time toting the rock tonight. He'll stay in the backfield with Brooks. Now he'll motion out to the left side. Brooks is going to throw a swing pass into his hands. It bounces around, and that might have been a fumble. Williams is able to recover it, still trying to look for more room, but he is taken down. That's a 2-yard loss, and I think, Shannon, that was a fumble. It looked like Brooks threw it backwards.
Yeah, from the angle we had, it looked like it went backwards, and it must have because the officials never blew it dead.
And now we've got time called here as a player goes down for the Rams. We'll take a Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Newtown Mall provides you a one-stop shop for anything you need. You can shop the latest fashions at Kohl's, Maurice's, or Marshall's, get your sporting goods at Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods, or redo a room in your house at Ashley Furniture. Find all these stores and more for yourself and experience Newtown. Plus, you can sign up to be a Newtown Mall VIP and follow your favorite stores so you're the first to know sales, giveaways, events, and more. To sign up and to see all that's happening, visit newtownmall.com.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Garfield player who was down gets up and able to get off the field under his own power. Probably a little bit of the cramping issue. It's a hot, humid night around Carrollton.
Yeah, it looked like they was stretching him down there. He needs a little pickle juice.
Pickle juice or mustard?
A quick Ferris Chevrolet scoreboard update. What a game that's going on in Orrville, as Fairless and Orrville are tied at 21 in the third quarter.
Back and forth battle there for sure. Brooks goes back to pass. Pressure up the middle, in and out of the hands of the receiver, and there was a linebacker who was there in Kiko, but didn't get his eyes up for the ball, so it falls harmlessly incomplete.
Yeah, I think as it went by him, he realized that was the football going by him because that would have been a huge interception right there, but the Carrollton defense does their job.
Carrollton defense does hold. We'll give their offense another opportunity. Bajornis will be back with his heels at his own, we'll say, about 38-yard line. Williams will be your punter again for Garfield. Definitely wanting to look into flip the field here. Do not want to give Carrollton a short yardage situation or a short field situation to let them back in this ball game. Rams up 13-0 thanks to a pair of touchdown receptions from Blair, and we've got whistles and timeout. We'll take a Cush Financial Group timeout. Big Z Sports rolls on following this.
When you're traveling to the game, there's a great way to see your directional map on a new radio from Cartoons in New Philly. Just plug in your phone, and all your maps and apps and Bluetooth devices are right on your radio. Cartoons carries a wide selection of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto radios from all of the name brands. From 7-inch screen radios to 10-inch screen radios, Cartoons has you covered. Stop in and see them on display and let Cartoons give you a demonstration. Cartoons, 517 West High Avenue in New Philly. Be there.
Hi, this is Jan McInturf. For the past 30 years, the residents in and around Tuscarawas County have made the call to the realtors and staff at McInturf Realty for buying and selling of residential and commercial properties. We truly live in a great community, and in all of these communities, there is nothing better than high school football. For myself and all the agents and staff at Mac and Turf Realty, we would like to wish all the area athletes good luck this season. And make the call to Mac and Turf Realty at 330-364-SOLD.
Punt time here from Carrollton. Williams skies it straight up in the air, and it's going to hook towards the Carrollton sideline and nearly take out some Warriors cheerleaders. So it looks like Carrollton's going to start off in plus territory on their own side of the field, or pardon me, on the Garfield side of the field. I think it's going to be about the 43, 40-ish maybe yard line, Shannon?
Yeah, I was going to say 40.
We're going to see where he marks it up. He's still going, and he'll stop there at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I was guessing somewhere around the 40-yard line, so 38. I was close. I know it hit 10 yards out of bounds at the 45, so you know it had to go up a good ways.
Yeah. You think they have to go to – these referees have to go to school for geometry to figure out the angle of the punt and where he kicked it from and where it hit out of bounds?
I'd go to the school of lucky guess.
Looks good enough, maybe. So the ball will be at the 38-yard line now of Garfield. They're trying to get a player off the field with some substitutions here. Allison will line up in the shotgun. Tight end on the right side of the line, 2 wide receivers left. Kiko off of his left hip. Allison looking for a spark for the Warriors. Goes back to pass. Pump fakes left. There's the double move that Shannon was talking about. Murphy's there, and it's out of his fingertips. Looked like Jaden Murphy might have checked up a little bit going down the sideline and just a little bit too much air under the pass. There was your double move you were talking about.
I just think it's there. The defensive back on this side plays very tight, and he does. They got to do a good job of selling it early. But when you run that play up the sideline, then the sideline's your other defender. So you just maybe bring him in a little bit further about to the numbers and do it. But, I mean, you can see, he's right up on top of him.
Same formation now for the Warriors. Allison has Kiko to his right. They'll motion a man from left to right. Somebody got started very early there. No flag. Allison looks for room on the read. He'll lower his shoulder, goes forward. Maybe got a half yard as he goes out of bounds.
Yeah,
Shannon, you and I saw it. I think the left guard was moving just a bit early.
Yeah, he got an early start right there, and the officials didn't call it, but an outstanding job by the defense right there to get a stop, because you hate it when something like that happens and then a big gain happens from it, but they got the stop. It was only a 1 yard gain.
3rd down and 9 upcoming. Carrollton trying not to squander another offensive opportunity. They'll be in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers spread right, 1 left. Allison has Kiko to his right. Low snap past the fingertips of Allison. He was going to fall on it. Now he'll just run and try to throw it down the field. And it was almost a jump ball, but it goes over everybody's head. Incomplete. So 4th down and 9 upcoming.
Big decision right here by Coach Stormhill. I mean, you're on your side or their side of the field right here, and you're at the 39-yard line. So is it either going to be a short punt or you go for it?
See what they ultimately end up doing. Allison's still out there on the field, so the Warriors are going to go for it. Only 12 seconds to play in this 3rd quarter. This is a game that has felt like it's flown by. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 left, with a tight end on that side. Allison ready. He'll go back to pass. Delivers right side, in and out of the hands of the receiver in Johnson. So it's a turnover on downs, and Garfield will take over again.
Well, I'll tell you what. Big defensive lineman there for Garfield.
Subbed in late.
He's on a dead sprint across the field. He turns and goes to the line of scrimmage just as they snap the ball, and he had a full head of steam and pushed himself clear into the backfield. If you're Allison right there, you got to take notice of that. If you just pause the call for 1 second, he probably runs right off sides.
Rams take over again as the Warriors are turned away once again. This is a Garfield team, Shannon, that we had mentioned had been shut out in back-to-back weeks and given up quite a bit of points. But I tell you what, their defense has been ready to play from the start of this game tonight. Brooks gets some direction in the backfield as he'll have an up man in front of him. Motion man from right to left. It's Tate. Low snap. Brooks is going to take it for himself. Looks for the right sideline. Tries to pick up a block, and he will go out of bounds as he gets tripped up there. Maybe a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, nice job over here by the corner and the defensive end to kind of stay at home. They didn't bite on the fake, and Brooks has got a lot of speed right there, but when he can't get in the open field to use it, so they did a nice job right there, kept him to just a 1 yard gain.
Not really sure if that's where the play was supposed to go. But regardless, still ended up being positive, a 1-yard gain. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun. Brooks has the running back to his left. He'll go back to pass, delivers there on the left sideline. That's going to be into the hands of the receiver. Kind of bobbled it a little bit, but is still able to haul it in. A 5-yard pickup and hold your 4s in the air onto the fourth quarter from Carrollton. It is Garfield leading 13-0. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Simona Bolteron is a global leader in plastics technology, manufacturing thermoplastic products for industries such as aircraft interior parts, medical device housings, wall coverings, general thermoforming, and many more. Simona Bolteron, a company like a friend, is proud to be a part of the community and wishes all local athletes good luck and have a great year. For more information, visit them online at bolteron.com. Simona Bolteron, 1 General Street, Newcomerstown.
With Room by Room, new from Carpet One, we've made finding the right floors easier than ever. Browse our curated collection of flooring options and shop by color, design, and lifestyle. Our local flooring experts will work with you to make your vision a reality and guide you with knowledge and easy-to-use tools to find the floor that fits your needs. So if you're ready to transform your home with beautiful new floors, scan the code to get started and come see the Room by Room difference for yourself. Exclusively at Carpet One Floor and Home.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Final quarter of play on the way. The Warriors trailing 13-0. Rams football 3rd and 4 to go on their own 42-yard line. Make it at the 43-yard line. Carrollton has to come up with a stop here with just 1 quarter to go. Brooks goes back to pass, delivers slant route into the hands of his receiver, who breaks a tackle at the 50. Now he's going down the left sideline, 30, and goes at the 25 before getting knocked down by Husted. That was into the hands that time around a big Avante Caldwell, as he was able to turn that into a huge gain.
Yeah, just he did a nice job spinning around right there and shedding that tackle.
35-yard pickup.
Got to give a sportsman shout out to Rodrigo Stamps, number 54 for Garfield. A Warrior player was down right there, and he stopped and checked on him and helped him up. So always great to see sportsmanship like that. Nice job, Mr. Stamps.
Especially 2 teams, located as far apart as these both are. You normally wouldn't play them. You don't see them that often, but we've seen pretty good sportsmanship all night from both sides. You always love to see that. Tate's got the ball in his hands at the 20-yard line on the reception. Hurdles over a defender. He'll go out at maybe the 18-yard line. About a 5-yard pickup there. Tate has been a very busy man in terms of the receiving game.
Yeah, they just do a nice job. Like you said, there was a lot of dropped passes in the first half. They've kind of cleaned that up a little bit right now, and the penalties and I say the penalties is kind of what's defined this team the last couple weeks, and here in the second half they're kind of shedded that yellow flag for the most part, and hopefully I just didn't put a jinx on them right there.
We'll wait and see. Brooks in the shotgun. He'll go back to pass, tries to step up, delivers down the left side for Caldwell. Jump ball, battled for, still battling for it, and it's incomplete as it goes down to the turf. Caldwell was locked up with the defender, and it looks like he'll remain down. So we'll take a timeout, brought to you by the Cush Financial Group. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Hi, this is Zarek with Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. How healthy is the air you breathe? When air quality outside is bad, you can breathe easy inside your home with air purifiers, high-quality air filtration, and other fine products from Dover Philly Heating and Cooling. We are your local trained comfort specialist in downtown Dover, providing 24-hour emergency service since 1981. For all your home comfort needs, call us at 330-343-5511. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
We invite you to discover Keim Home Center in Charm, Ohio. Keim is your destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. From renovation and building projects to custom millwork needs, our team of experts work with both homeowners and professionals to bring your vision to life. Visit Keim Home Center in Charm or online at keimhome.com. Keim, built on trust since 1911.
The Tuscarawas County dairy farmers want you to know that low-fat chocolate milk is a great choice for student athletes and hard workers. It provides the nutrition needed after practices, games, or a hard day at work, and it tastes great. Low-fat chocolate milk is packed with carbohydrates for energy, proteins to repair muscles, fluids to rehydrate, plus vitamins and minerals to help build strong bones and bodies. It's the official beverage of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tuscarawas County Dairy Farmers. Farms, family, food.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studios. Avante Caldwell was helped off the field. Brooks in the shotgun, goes back to pass, delivers back quarter of the end zone, in and out of the hands of the receiver. Defender broke free there late on Bajornis, and he stepped in front of it. So now we'll bring up 4th down and about midway point. We'll say 4th down and 5 to go.
Yeah, just a little hard, a little high right there. And like I always say, when you're throwing in a tight spot like that against the sideline, that sideline's an extra defender. Maybe move that play in, start that route in about 3 yards inside and give him a little bit of a chance when he turns out.
Rams are going to go for it. In the shotgun, it's Brooks. Straight drop, delivers on the slant route. Defender's there, but he gets shrugged off by the receiver who powers his way into the end zone. 19-yard touchdown reception. What a great job over there by the Rams.
Yeah, it's hard to read that number from all the way over here, trying to figure out who that young man was, but just an outstanding play right there.
We'll get you for that here momentarily, as what a play, breaking free off the right side. Powered in from 19 yards out. 3rd touchdown pass for Brooks tonight. Extra point on going to be upcoming here shortly. Hauling that one in. It's up. And that one's going to be good as it goes through. We'll keep it right here momentarily as the receiver who hauled it in for Garfield that time was number 14, Reginald Edwards, the senior 6'3" wide receiver. Boy, so much height on this receiver core for the Rams.
Yeah, like I said, he just did an outstanding job right there. They come across the middle. You know you're going to eventually get hit, and he did a good job just getting that one in his arms right there and holding on to it tight and took a couple hits, got spun around and into the end zone. So nice, strong play right there by Garfield.
First reception of the game, first touchdown scored of the game for him. I'd say he'd take that every time. Cartoons of New Philadelphia kickoff's going to be upcoming, 20-0 now. Rams blanking the Warriors to this point. 10:41 to go in the ballgame. Shannon, I know they're looking up at the scoreboard. Are the Warriors thinking, how are we going to get all these points back? It's just got to be one play at a time.
Yeah, right now you got to find a way to get a big offensive play right here, get down the field and get a score, or maybe get a special teams touchdown right here. I mean, right now you have to score to get yourself back in this game.
2 men back deep for Carrollton. Rams getting it lined up. You know, we'll be honest, we kept saying, what a beautiful night for football. You and I, it's still rather warm.
It's warm, and I hope you and Zeb are up for a nice air-conditioned ride back to the shop or the station, because I'm going to have the AC cranked in the old minivan.
I won't be turning that down, I can promise you. And I highly doubt Zeb will, but it might be cooler out there. We don't really know. Ball teed up, about ready to send it deep.
Well, their kickers start shallow.
Boot goes off to the right side there, hooking towards the sideline, and will go out of bounds, so it will be Carrollton ball in good field position.
Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard update. Another game on 99.9 and on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Claymont leads Newcomerstown 20-14 in the 4th quarter, so they got a ball game down there.
Tight battle going on from Lee Stadium for sure.
Yeah, Ashland is pulled way out in front of Dover, 42-7 in the 4th quarter. New Philadelphia has retaken the lead, 15-12 over Mansfield Senior in the 3rd quarter.
Now that's kind of a little bit more of New Philadelphia football that we've seen the past few years, those gritty defensive battles. They're going to go trips bunch on the right, close up to the line. Allison's in the shotgun, and there's a little misdirection end around as he goes into the hands of Husted. He breaks free and gets a corner, and he'll fall forward for a 10-yard pickup, a First Federal Community Bank first down.
Yeah, that was a nice little misdirection play right there. They didn't see that coming, and Husted's kind of got that with a head of steam. Some more Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard updates as Strasburg has defeated Sandy Valley 42-7 as that game has gone final.
5-0 for those Tigers.
Yeah, and we'll have them a couple more times on the Big Z Network.
Stay tuned for those, or check out the Big Z Sports Facebook page for our full season rundown. We'll go Trips Bunch on the right again. Kind of there's a slot back up there, so you almost can't call it Trips Bunch. Pitch out to the right side, looking for room, and falling forward up to the 49-yard line. The ball carrier for the Warriors, believe that was Kiko, a 4-yard pickup.
Indian Valley leads Buckeye Trail 54-16. Girard leads Garraway 49-7. Ridgewood has put a little bit of distance on East Canton now as they're up 28-0. Connaughton Valley all over Brownsville, PA 40-0, so that'll be a nice ride home.
Allison gets the snap. Kiko straight up the middle, lowers his shoulder pads, and just drives forward for a 3-yard pickup to bring up third down.
That Fairless-Orville game that was tight has now turned up. Orville 35, Fairless 21 in the fourth quarter. And Malvern has taken the lead over Tusky Valley 14-13 as Julius Gore has just scored his second touchdown.
And Julius Gore, a very hard-nosed runner for those Hornets. Third down and 3, ball at the 48-yard line of the Rams. Carrollton looking to put points on the board. 9:12 to go in the fourth quarter clock. Allison's in the shotgun, fakes it to Kiko. Now he's got a lot of pressure, tries to throw it left-handed, and finds it into the hands of his tight end, and a flag comes in very late in the backfield.
That was to a lineman, number 66.
Not sure if checked ineligible.
Unless he checked ineligible, but with the flag out there, I'm not sure that he checked ineligible.
We'll have to see as the official's talking it over, and it's ineligible man downfield. Well, you know, the big boy gets the ball in his hands, and he really wants to move. That was Tucker Burgett, the senior who was down there. Again, I don't know if he was eligible or not, but certainly didn't seem that way.
I have to say congratulations to the Tuscarawas Central Catholic Saints. They have picked up their second win this year as they've defeated Federal Hawking 46-6.
What a win for the TCC Saints. Congratulations to them.
Harrison Central on the way to picking up a win. Their first win of the year as they lead Akron North 41-0.
Big congratulations to the Huskies down there in Cadiz as well.
A couple of these games have now gone final. Garraway has fallen to Girard 49-7. Indian Valley has topped Buckeye Trail 54-16.
So fourth down upcoming. 4th down and 8. Allison in the shotgun goes back to pass. Pressure up the middle. He's going to heave it down the field. Receiver is down there and lays out for it and can't quite haul it in. Incomplete. It will go back to Garfield now on offense. Tried the Hail Mary shot but couldn't hook up on it. Been kind of the story of the game for the Warriors so far to this point. Just can't quite get much moving on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that one was just about a half a step too far. And Garfield needs to put a drive together right here. They can run some time off his clock right here and, you know, maybe even add some more points. Carrollton's in trouble.
8:46 to go. They could really salt a lot of this clock away.
It's kind of one of those things right now if you're the Garfield coaches. You'd like to run the clock, but you don't want to do anything different because when you do something different, then that's when you get yourself in trouble. So just go out and play football like you've been and see what happens.
Rams take over on the Carrollton 47-yard line. Brooks in the shotgun again. He's got 3 touchdown passes tonight. Play fake there. Now he's going to run it off to the right side. Breaks one tackle. Goes back to the original line of scrimmage and is spun down and goes no further. Nice job by Brooks making a couple men miss, but could only muster back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, earlier in the game when I was watching Brooks run, it looked like he was in slow motion. And then when you watch him right here, he's got such a fast step. He gets moving.
Smooth.
Yeah, he's smooth, and that's kind of what I've always said about those running quarterbacks. If you ever get a running quarterback and he looks like he's in slow motion, that's because he's really good.
He knows where he's going before you know. 2 wide receivers either side of the formation now in the shotgun. Running back off the left hip of Brooks, and there's another false start.
Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard update. Clemence gives himself a little bit of breathing room as Carson Golick hits Brady Fox for a 20-yard touchdown, and the Mustangs are now up 28-14 in the fourth quarter.
Mustangs trying to get their 4th win of the season. This was a team that, remember, we said earlier in the year the Claymont team has been building for quite a while, and now I think everybody in the IVC has been put on notice. Shotgun, Brooks. He'll hand it off to the running back, straight up the gut, and falls forward at the 50-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. for Carrollton so far tonight, Shannon. We mentioned the mistakes. We mentioned struggling to move the ball offensively and just a couple defensive lapses. That's pretty much been the story of the game that's led to this score at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they ran into a Garfield team that was hungry. Like you said, they hadn't had much offensive success the last couple of games, and they were looking to move the ball, and Garraway did a nice job stopping them early. But the Rams kind of...
Garfield, you mean?
Oh, who did I say?
Garraway.
Oh.
Brooks in the shotgun. He'll go back to pass. He's got some pressure. He'll try to dance out of it. Still going backwards and will heave it towards the sideline as he falls down to the turf incomplete. Flag comes in. It's going to be, I'm guessing, intentional grounding unless depending on how they tackled Brooks.
Yeah, it might be how they tackled him because it looked like he got out of the pocket.
I thought for sure he was out of the pocket, although the ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, got to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And sure enough, intentional grounding, a loss of downs, and that will bring up fourth down for the Rams.
But anyhow, what I was trying to say is Garfield was hungry after the last two games. They didn't have much offense, and they kind of come out tonight, and the coaches made some great adjustments for the Rams, and they actually moved the ball pretty well tonight. I mean, they might have just as much in penalties as they do in offense, but that's a mental mistake they got to get cleaned up, and this is going to be a long fourth down, and
well, you tell me.
I don't think the punter will have the green light to fake this one.
38. Fourth down and 38 upcoming, so it will be a punt from Williams. Williams will boot it away. Get it back deep as Bajornis will look for room on the sideline and is immediately tagged out of bounds. So he'll go up to the 46 on the Carrollton side of the 50. Warriors come back out on offense, and now under 7 minutes to go in this ball game. You say nothing is impossible, and we will absolutely go that route. But if you're Carrollton, the first thing you got to do is just string some plays together, just put a ball in the end zone right now.
I mean, a quick score. All you need is a quick score, and then your defense.
And suddenly the complexion of the game's changed quite a bit if you can do that.
And your defense can come back out and try to get another stop. I mean, your defense has had a couple big stops here in the second half, but they had a lot in the first half. But your offense has just been lackluster.
Warriors break the huddle and move quickly to the line. Allison will be in the shotgun. Kiko to his right. He'll go back to pass, looks middle. Now he's going to go to the swing. Instead, he'll pull it back down. He's going to look to run. Get some room on the left side. He's got a 5-yard gain. Now pushed forward, and he'll get to about a 7-yard pickup before he's ridden out of bounds. Clock continues to roll.
Yeah, nice, smart decision right there. It looked like he was going to try to force a pass, able to pull it down. Lineman out there made a nice block at around the 47-yard line, and got a player down over on the sideline.
Player goes down for Garfield. We'll step aside with a Cush Financial Group timeout.
Find your path to success at Buckeye Career Center. Buckeye students earned over 3,000 industry-recognized credentials this past school year, and over 130 students participated in our School to Work program or an internship at a local business. Let us help you get a jump start on your future in a career of landscaping and turf management, pharmacy technician, HVACR, CAD development and design, or any of our over 30 programs. Enroll today for next school year by visiting BuckeyeCareerCenter.org.
Welcome back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio. Out of that timeout, Allison's in the shotgun, takes the snap, directing traffic. He's pressured, trying to break away, throws to the middle of the field. It's incomplete. As we've got about 4 or 5 different players who kind of came up slow there. Yeah, I believe one of them is Allison, who's down.
Yeah, he got twisted around a lot right there, and as he threw it away, he took a shot. And a nice job throwing it. He had a receiver out there in the area, but he took a shot right there.
It will bring up third down on the way, 2 yards to go. Allison has stood tall in the pocket throughout much of this game. He has moved the pocket when he's had to. Come to think of it, have we had a sack for either side? We've had one, I think.
Yeah, I believe.
Only one, I believe.
I think Carrollton had one.
Back to pass is Allison in the shotgun, delivers towards the sideline, nearly jumped by the defender, but somehow the receiver wrestles it away and gets the First Federal Community Bank first down. I have no idea how he hauled that in.
Yeah, he did a nice job right there, keeping his eyes focused on the ball right there and getting that.
That was Javen Johnson, his first reception. Take it back, his second reception, rather.
And I do remember Gabe Furwalt for Carrollton had the fumble recovery, and the next series had the big sack. So I don't know why I got to always go back and correct myself.
Ball at the 41-yard line. I said nothing. Allison goes back to pass in the shotgun. Pressured again. Delivers middle of the field into the hands there of his tight end, who is driven down hard.
That looked like 2 Mack trucks hitting head on right there.
We'll go ahead and take a Cush Financial Group timeout as Brooks goes down. Big Z Sports is back after this.
Are you a compassionate caregiver looking for a career with purpose? Second Family Home Care and Support Services is now hiring home health aides and STNAs. We offer competitive wages, flex time scheduling, and employment rewards because we believe in supporting the people who support others. Start your journey with a company that truly cares. Visit careers.secondfamily.com to apply today or contact them at 740-462-3152.
Gillen Body Shop knows that when their business is needed, it's never planned and it can cause quite the inconvenience. That's why Gillen Body Shop makes the process as easy as possible for their customers by making sure the work is completed right the first time. Gillen Body Shop has experienced staff that give all completed work a 100% guarantee. So when those unplanned repairs to your vehicle are needed, there's only one choice. Gillen Body Shop on Cary Avenue in New Philadelphia. Find them on Facebook.
The Sarchone name has always been known for truck sales, and once you see our inventory, you'll understand why. At Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Dalton, you'll find the largest selection of new trucks and SUVs in the area. Shop our inventory at sarchonecdjr.com or stop in and visit us on the corner of Route 30 and Route 94 in Dalton. Sarchone Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Get your own at Sarchone.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio, and a good sign as Marcus Brooks gets up and jogs towards the sideline for those Carrollton Warriors. Hard contact straight up the middle, just 2 guys both wanting a little bit more.
Yeah, and like I said, it was just a big collision right there. You know, they both put their helmets down as they turned and they hit, and glad to see Mr. Brooks get up and go off the field under his own power.
2nd down and 7 upcoming. Back to pass is Allison. He'll try to step up through the pressure, delivers down the field, has a receiver there, and it's over his head. Again, another situation where Allison's able to deliver it down the field, but just a bit too hot to handle.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the kid's got a strong arm right there, but when he has to move with the pocket and step up, that little finesse right there, your body's going forward, so it's got that little extra momentum, and he just overshoots the wide receiver.
3rd down and 7, under 6 minutes to go here. Ball sits at the 38-yard line of the Rams. Coming up following the game, the Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show. We'll talk this one over before we'll shift gears and send you back to the guys in studio for all the games going on in Z Country and all the finals. Allison rolls out. He looks for room. He breaks free. Now his stiff arm, and he'll get up to about the 30-yard line. That's a First Federal Community Bank first down. 8-yard pickup. Allison does it himself.
Yeah, they're going to have to go quick right now. Coach is already calling the plays in, telling them to get up to the line. The clock's going to stop.
Just to get the sticks set. In the shotgun, Allison ready again. Kiko off his left hip. 3 wide receivers left. He'll go back to pass, straight drop. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Still trying to break free, delivers down the right side, and he had a receiver down there, but it falls in front of everybody. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, man, he does a nice job when he's about to be in trouble to find a way to find a receiver and get that ball in the area.
And try not to get it, obviously, in danger either. Allison listed at 6'4", 205. He's a hard man to bring down.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot in the back right there as they was pulling on the jersey and kind of pulling, and they kind of snapped him back to him and took a shot in the back right there. Barrett Carpet 1 scoreboard update. Ashland Dover game has gone final. Ashland wins that game 42-7.
I believe the guy who had a hold of Allison was Jameer Jenkins. Now a throwback screen to the right side. Kiko with the fingertip grab at the 25, pushed out at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, they had a nice read out there, had the right play, but one of the guys out in front of him kind of missed their block right there, and he come running through there and made a nice little tackle.
6-yard pickup that time will bring up 3rd down. First time we've seen Kiko in the receiving game.
Barrett Carpet 1 scoreboard update. New Philadelphia has added another touchdown, so they are now up 29-12 over Mansfield Senior in the 4th quarter.
Quakers making their road trip worth their while right now. Shotgun again for Allison. Kiko off the right side. 2-by-2 again. Straight drop. Up the middle. into the hands of a tight end who hauls it in and is slung down at the 16-yard line. That was actually Husted who grabbed it that time, his first reception.
Yeah, so Husted right there will get a First Federal first down. Right back to the line of scrimmage.
8-yard pickup. Going quickly. Allison in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks around. Delivers middle of the field. And the safety's right there just inside the goal line. And will pick it off. Now looking for a huge room on the return. He's at the 20. Now the 25-30. Cutback. He is grabbed and held up by a bunch of different Warriors as he will be pulled down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, the defensive back just played center field right there and watched the quarterback. And, you know, I don't know if with the white uniforms and standing right there about where the R is and blended in with the end zone, but either way, it was just a nice little pass to him and big return.
We have another couple players down, so we will step aside again. Big Z Sports will return after this Cush Financial Group timeout.
Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has just what you're looking for, so your athlete has the best gear for the sports they play. Dumont's has a large apparel selection and can handle your customized screen printing as well as embroidery for your team or business. For sporting goods and for all your apparel needs, Dumont Sporting Goods in Dover and Canton has everything you want to play and look your best.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studios. It was 2 linemen for the Warriors who went down on that play who were making their way back to their sideline now. The player who made that interception for the Rams, it was a freshman in Xavier Ward. What a read for him. Just like you said, Shannon just read the eyes of the quarterback, waited all the way, played that deep safety position, and stepped right in front of it. Nice return for him as well.
Yeah, nice little big return. A lot of times like that when you intercept at the end zone, the coaches want you to go down, but hey, he's a freshman. He wanted his
He
time
saw
to
nothing
shine.
but green grass in front of him, so he went for it.
A couple Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard updates. A couple more games have gone final. Connaughton Valley has picked up the win, 46-7, all the way over in Brownsville, PA. So that long bus ride home will kind of be worth it.
A little more sweet. They're going to ask him to stop, get something to eat on the way back, I'm sure.
Yeah, Malvern picks up the win over Tusky Valley, 14-13, and what an outstanding game right there by both teams. Trojans jumped out early, and the Hornets had to come back.
So it will be the Rams on offense. They'll go with an I formation here. A few times we've seen him under center tonight. Turns, hands it off, straight up the gut, nowhere to go, and stopped at the 35-yard line.
Another scoreboard update. Harrison Central game has gone final. The Huskies pick up their first win of the year as they defeat Akron North 41-8.
A party down in Cadiz tonight.
Or Cadiz.
Or Cadiz, depending on how you pronounce it. Have a couple whistles here again. I think there might be a player with an equipment issue. Or a cramp.
I think he's cramping right there.
Well, we'll keep it here and go ahead and keep going on with that scoreboard update,
Yeah,
Shannon.
We'll start up the top of the Bear Carpet 1 scoreboard update. Claymont and Newcomerstown still battling in the fourth quarter. The Mustangs lead 28-14. Ashland 42, Dover 7. That game is final. New Philadelphia 29, Mansfield Senior 12 in the fourth quarter. Strasburg defeats Sandy Valley 42-7. Indian Valley defeats Buckeye Trail 54-16. Garraway falls to Girard 49-7. Ridgewood tops East Canton 28-0. And Orville leads Fairless 48-28.
Clock will start again. Rams go back under I form. Brooks will go under center.
Yeah, Brooks is going to let that clock run all the way down. He's at 15 seconds on the play clock. So,
as you as the former lineman, I know what you want to say.
I know. Tell your lineman there's no reason to go down.
Don't get set yet.
We're not going to snap until 5 seconds. Ain't no reason to go down at 20.
Brooks will turn, hand it off. Running back looks for room on the left side. Got a little bit of it. Here comes the safety in for Carrollton. 2 broken tackles, though he's at the 40. Now the 45 up towards midfield at the 50 and goes out of bounds. Nice carry that time. Looked like it was Spalding.
The
I think Coach Storm Hill might have taken a tumble there as well.
Yeah, and the Garfield coach is in the box next to us. We're yelling, go down, and he ran out of bounds and stopped the clock.
14-yard pickup for Spalding, his longest rush of the night.
But on the plus side, he got the first down, so that buys him a lot more time as long as he gets that first down.
First Federal Community Bank first down. Garfield here in the second half, a little bit more methodical on offense. I mean, they've had a couple big quick strikes, but been liking the new look the Rams have been bringing out here for the third and fourth quarter. Brooks turns, hands it off. Spalding straight up the gut, pushes forward, and look at the drive from that Garfield offensive line. 3-yard pickup.
Well, I mean, you're at the point now. You're Carrollton. You got to find
4-yard pickup.
You got to find a way to dig your heels in deep right here because you're tired and you're already starting to think like, man, this is a bummer. We're down 3 scores, and you got to find a way to pick yourself up right here and want it more than they do. But right now, Garfield, they're all pumped up right now. They're after 2 straight losses, and they got the opportunity to come in here and get a shutout and have themselves a nice bus ride home.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Ball into Carrollton territory. Brooks letting the play clock run all the way down. He'll turn, hand it off. Spalding, right side, gets through a couple different tackles there, and he'll fall forward. A 4-yard pickup. Spalding there went in between, I believe, a tight end and a right tackle, and he had a lot of green space on the right if he could have broken that last tackle, but good-looking run for him.
Yeah, and he wasn't fancy about it. He didn't try to dance or do anything like that. He went right through the hole that he was told, coach to go through. A little bit of power, got a big gain. With those big gains, you're not even giving Carrollton a chance to burn a timeout because they know they're in trouble right now.
Eye for him again. Brooks sees the play clock ticking down. Be just about under 2 minutes to go when this next snap comes. He'll turn. He'll give it off. Spalding, left side, cutback lane up the middle. Breaks off a couple tackles. He goes into the heart of a linebacker, and he'll go down at the 38-yard line, pick up a 5. Spalding had been in the backfield quite a bit tonight, Shannon. We hadn't seen a whole bunch of carries from him, but he's looking real good here in the late goings.
Well, when you got all the speed that you got at wide receivers and you got a quarterback that can move around and who's got a nice arm on him, sometimes the running game doesn't get used a lot. And in opportunities like this, you show the coaches, hey, listen, we need to run it a little bit more, and he's doing a phenomenal job right now.
Brooks with 3 touchdown passes tonight. Obviously think he's probably done in that category, but he's orchestrated things well. Spalding on the right side. Breaks off the tackle. Now another one at the linebacker. Pushes forward again. He's up to about the 9-yard line, and the ball came out as Spalding put it on the deck, and Carrollton picks up the fumble.
When you get doing all that dancing like that right there, you start sticking that ball out there. I always call it like the chicken wing effect. You get it out there and you get flapping it around, and then it just gets poked out. And, he did an outstanding job, made a couple guys miss and stuff, but at the end of the day, that all gets erased because you just turned it over.
So Carrollton will take over. Timeout called by the Warriors, it looks like. We'll take a Cush Financial Group timeout. Carrollton ball right after this.
This is Brian Williams, commercial lender with the First National Bank of Denison. The day you decided to open your business, you planted the seed. As your roots become stronger, the First National Bank of Denison is here to help your business grow. Strong businesses make strong communities, and because we live, work, and raise our families here, your business benefits us all. Whether you need more space, equipment, or inventory, come see us today for your next business loan. We are a local bank with local decision makers, and your success is our greatest reward. At the First National Bank of Denison, we have our roots where others have their branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Back to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio as the Warriors will take over. Minute 22 to go in the ball game, trailing 20-0. And Shannon, looks like Coach Hill bringing out the second team offense now. Warriors going to go under center. Eye for him, still trying to get things sorted away. Now the power eye. 2 fullbacks in front of a running back who received the handoff, and he is blown up in the backfield and taken down. A big loss to start things off. Looked like that time around, couldn't tell who it was in the backfield. So it appears as though the Garfield Rams are going to pick up their second win of the season. Carrollton will go back to the drawing board after a tough loss. And Shannon, I mean, long and short of it had to go, obviously boils down to the offense, just unable to string things together and get things moving. But you got to give so much credit to this Rams defense.
Yeah, the Rams defense played phenomenal tonight. They a lot of times that they looked like the Warriors are going to put a little bit of drive together. They found a way to stop and made them punt, especially in that first quarter right there. They forced a couple 3-and-outs, and even though they weren't able to turn it into points early in the game, it kept them in position. You didn't fall behind and then had to play from behind.
Final whistle going to be on the way here from Carrollton High School. The Rams pitched the shutout against Carrollton 20-0 on a night where it was a trio of touchdown passes from Jawayne Brooks that led the way in all the scoring that the Rams needed, who improved with their second win this season. And obviously, with conference play coming right around the corner, Shannon, Carrollton very well aware of just how tough that their EBC conference is, so they know that they're going to have to correct a lot of the mistakes from tonight.
Yeah, that EBC conference is very tough, and they'll have a lot of opponents coming up that are very good, and They got a lot of little things to fix, and mainly on offense. Their defense played well most of the night. They got burnt by a couple big plays, but that speed of that Garfield offense got the Warriors behind a little bit, and so they did a good job.
Stick around. We got your Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show coming up here in just a few moments. We'll break down how this one shaped up, and we will get you rolling to get things back. Coming up here in just a little bit to send you back to the guys at the studio at 99.9 for the post-game show. From there, they'll talk to stringers, coaches. You know the drill. Stick around. Big Z Sports wraps this one up after this.
This is RJ Jacobs from DAC Vitamins and Minerals. Did you know that DAC Vitamins and Minerals has more than 40 proven equine supplements that include daily multivitamins, joint, digestion, reproduction and fertility, calming, and many other specialty products? DAC also carries a complete line of livestock products called DAC Show Contender. Feed DAC Vitamins and Minerals to get the competitive edge in the show pen. We've been feeding champions since 1983.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
At Harts's Quality Housing, we believe a home is where families grow, memories are made, and futures are built. For 47 years, we've stood by the values that matter most: honesty, trust, and a commitment to our community. Our goal is to provide affordable, reliable housing solutions. We don't just build homes, we invest in the future by supporting local student athletes and the schools that shape tomorrow's leaders. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, we're proud to stand with our youth and the families who cheer them on. Harts's Quality Housing, built on trust, committed to community.
Dumont Sporting Goods post-game show here from Carrollton High School as the Warriors fall 20-0 to the Garfield Rams. Shannon, we were incredibly impressed with a Rams defense that was giving up nothing tonight when it came to the Carrollton offense, but also a receiver core that obviously could use its height to its advantage and its speed for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, they're tall, they're fast, they do a lot of things right. If they can figure out a way to secure a couple of those passes they dropped tonight, I mean, they could do a lot of damage. I mean, a very, very good receiving core. Can't say too much, too many things bad about their quarterback, Brooks. I mean, he's fast. He does a lot of things right. He took some big hits and stayed in the game, but all in all, that Garfield offense was just a little too much for that Warrior defense tonight.
Yeah, Jawayne Brooks finishes out the night with 3 touchdown passes. The Rams 257 yards as an offense. Carrollton falls just under the 200-yard mark as an offense. Hunter Allison at the quarterback position picked off twice tonight. Never really could get much established in the rush game overall. Just one of those tough games that you're going to look back on if you're the Warriors and say, you know what, at the end of the day, yes, we made mistakes, but maybe you just kind of ran into a team that, one, was a little bit hungrier than you, maybe wanted it a little bit more.
Well, the thing is with that Warrior team, you got a lot of kids that plays both ways, and when you got an offense as fast as Garfield has got, the defense mainly your defensive line is spending a lot of time on the field, and they got to go back to the offense. And I just think maybe in the second half, Garfield was able to wear them down a little bit. I know there's a lot of things that Carrollton can do to clean some things up, and I know Coach Stormhill and his staff will go back and look at film in the morning, and they'll go over this, and they'll just got to correct a little bit of things before Week 6 gets here. We're
going to be wrapping up your Dumont Sporting Goods postgame show. Tune in with the guys back at 99.9, as we mentioned, for their postgame show. They'll talk to some of the winning coaches and give you a breakdown of all your favorite area teams and how these games shook out tonight from Z Country. Big thanks to Zeb Troyer doing our social media work tonight for Big Z Sports, and also the Claxon Communications crew for all of their hard work. For Shannon Thomas, I'm Nick McWilliams. Don't go anywhere, Z Country. We'll be back at a high school again near you soon.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of High School Sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.